tops, and then they also have some white uniform pants. So that's how the teams look coming out. And
okay, our umpires for today's game at home plate will be Mike Lentz. At first base, Mark Wagers, and at third base will be Doug Thrasher. So looks like J.T. Mossberg will be the pitching. Defensively for the Cyclones at first base, we've got number 24, Jamian. Second baseman, number 6, Hayes. At shortstop, number 5, Chase. Third baseman will be number 22, Popham. Left fielder, number 25, Featherstone. Center fielder, number 10, Burkhart. Right fielder, number 26, Smoot. Catching will be number 28, Badgett. And pitching, once again, number 9, J.T. Mossberg. And leading off for the Kansas Canons will be the center fielder, number 4, Thomas Kane.
Mossberg, a big right-hander. Kane will step in. He's the center fielder. And we got this thing underway.
We're underway here. Kane so far has appeared in 2 games. He's been up the bat 8 times, has 4 hits, 1 run scored, has a double. He's been hit once and struck out once. And he also has 1 stolen base, batting .500. Here's the pitch to Kane.
Mossberg with kind of an unusual pitching motion. He comes a lot from the right side and actually kind of steps quite a ways to the right. Follows up really on the left field side, to his right, to the left field side of the diamond.
So Mossberg. Pitch is missing outside.
Where are we at? It's not on the scoreboard. Is
no,
it 3-0 or
not giving us any information. Both on the scoreboard or on Point Streak don't have balls or strikes. So I know there's somebody down there running that, but for some reason they're not showing up. That one is fouled off by Thomas Kane.
There we go. Well, there have been 4 pitches. That's 2 and 2. There we go.
Count is 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Thomas Kane. And here's the pitch. That ball lifted to the right-hand side. Our right fielder, Smoot, will come in, make the catch. And what a great catch there by Smoot, as he all of a sudden had to really charge to get to that.
Yeah, I think he underestimated it a little bit. It didn't come in really hard. Ended up kind of having to go down and catch it just about thigh high, but still an out, and it's 1 down for the Kansas Canons.
All right, now batting will be the left fielder, number 1, Nate Crossman. Crossman did appear in 2 games. He's been up the bat 8 times. He has 3 hits, has scored 2 runs, has 1 triple, 1 RBI, 1 base on balls, and 1 strikeout.
Crossman out of Derby, Kansas, Augustana University.
Swing and a miss there by Crossman. So that will even up the count now at 1 ball, 1 strike.
Pulled the string on him there, took something off of that pitch and had him way out in front.
Yeah, I didn't. I looked over to see exactly how fast that was, but they already had the time off. So we'll give you that.
Not sure they've got the gun running yet. Another great catch by the left fielder, Featherstone, sliding catch to come up with the ball.
Yeah, that was a hard line shot there by Crossman, and Featherstone had to hustle and to get to that, but he did make that catch. So now we have 2 down here in the top half of the first inning. Once again, if you're just now joining us, we're just underway, and now batting for the Canons will be the third baseman, number 10, Cooper Minnick.
Minnick listed as a catcher, and the last time we watched these guys he was catching, but now he's moved over to third base, and they've got Gara as the catcher.
And Minnick has played in 2 games. He's batting .333. He's appeared at the plate 6 times, has 2 hits, scored 2 runs, and has 2 base on balls. So the count,
excuse me, sorry.
Count goes to 1 ball, 1 strike. Sorry about that. And the hard hit ball to the shortstop. Chase moves to his right, goes across, and that's going to be in time as it is 1-2-3 for the Kansas Canons, and you're listening to 93.
Hi, I'm Scott Stiles, General Manager of Wichita Burner, right here in beautiful downtown Wichita. I know how important it is to be on a winning team. My winning team of Jim Myers, Ashley Jansen, and Jeff Markowitz are here every day to provide you with the best customer service for your boiler and burner needs. On behalf of our team, we want to wish you and your team the best of luck at this year's 85th Annual NBC World Series. And welcome to Wichita.
Foreigner songs in an unforgettable night. Get your tickets at the Seven Clans Players Club online at sevenclans.com. Don't miss the hits of Foreigner, August 17th. At Seven Clans First Council Casino Hotel in Newkirk.
And we welcome you back to X Stadium for the 85th National Baseball Congress World Series as we go to the bottom half of the first inning. And leading off for Colorado Cyclones, we'll have the catcher number 28, Kennedy Badgett. On the mound for the Kansas Canons will be number 29, Connor Hart. His defense here tonight at first base will have number 9, Lemunion, second baseman number 2, Opoka, shortstop number 14, Norland, at third base number 10, Minnick. In left field, we'll have number 1, Crossman, center fielder number 4, Kane, the right fielder number 22, Slater, and catching number 23, Gara, and once again pitching number 29, Connor Hart. First batter he faces is a catcher number 29, Kennedy Badgett.
Already a little unusual. You don't often see a catcher as the leadoff man.
And Badgett has appeared in 2 games. He's batting .500 as he's been up to the plate 10 times, has 5 hits, 1 run scored, a double, and 1 RBI. First pitch was a ball to Badgett, and that one missing high. And we don't have a radar gun yet working, so we can't give you the speed on the pitches. Once it gets up and running, we'll make sure that we give you that information. 2-0 now the count to Badgett. Here's Hart's pitch in there for strike 1. So that will take the count now to 2 balls, 1 strike.
Badgett pretty much taken all the way there, and that one was in for a strike.
Yeah, what a beautiful evening here tonight at X Stadium. Flag just, of course, at half mast, and it just kind of laying still in it.
Yep. Swing and a miss, strike 2, 2-2.
So that will even up the count. So Connor Hart is the pitcher for the Kansas Canons. And here's Hart's pitch. That one is fouled off to the right-hand side. So that we'll redo it again at 2-2. I'm really excited to watch the game later on tonight between the Wave and the Forsters. That ought to be. I'm sorry, the Seattle Studs. I said Forsters. I was thinking about them playing tomorrow. The Studs and the Waves. That ought to be a real decent game tomorrow or tonight.
Yeah, it really should be. Both teams we've seen aggressive at the plate, solid defense. Should be a good one.
Yeah. All right, the count is full now at 3-2, and here's Hart's pitch. That one hit to the third baseman. Third baseman Minnick comes across the first base for out number 1.
You can hear the crowd react to that. That was a slow bouncer. Minnick just came in, grabbed it with his bare hand, and threw a strike. Nice defensive play. We'd seen some good defense already.
Yes. So now up for the Cyclones will be the second baseman, number 6, Jake Hayes.
I don't think we talked enough about the end of that last inning when Chase got the last out. He had to make a sliding stop, got to his feet, and threw him out in time. So we've seen some good defensive plays.
The first pitch is called strike 1 to Hayes. Hayes comes in batting .300 as he's appeared in 2 games here in the World Series, has been up to bat 10 times, has 3 hits, 1 run. And he goes down, no balls to 2 strikes here as we are in the bottom half of the first inning between the Colorado Cyclones and the Kansas Canons, and we have no scores so far. Here's Hart's pitch. That one is fouled off, and that time we had a 90-mile-an-hour fastball there by Hart. Looks like the radar gun is working now.
Up in the skybox area is just down from us, and some of the fans at least have a souvenir up that way.
So no balls, 2 strikes, and here's Hart's pitch. Took something off that on that one. It's a 74-mile-an-hour. That ball was hit to the shortstop.
Pulled him
Norland. He did pull him off. He threw it up to the right field side, and so Jake Hayes will be on at first base now.
And it is officially an E6.
Yeah, we have an error on the shortstop on the throw, so that will bring up the center fielder number 10, Matt Burkhardt. And Burkhardt comes into the game batting .429 as he's appeared in 2 games, has been up to bat 7 times, has 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 double, 1 RBI, 1 base on balls, and 1 hit batsman. First pitch to Burkhardt is ball 1. Once again, we have a runner at first base. with
429
one out.
batting average. He's having a hot tournament and comes in swinging the bat really well.
Yeah, anytime you get over that 300,
Yep.
250, it's really a pretty good batting average. That one missing outside for a ball. 2 now. That 89-mile-an-hour fastball just missing by Hart.
We've got our first base runner of the ball game with Jake Hayes over at first, reached on an error.
And the infield in at double play death there, and it's fouled off there by Hart. I love the turf here at X Stadium. You know, it just looks good and it's well groomed all the time. Of course, you know, the only dirt area that we have here is the pitcher's mound, and when it rains, it's kind of a good deal for the grounds crew.
Dries out a lot quicker. You can play quicker, and it's easier to maintain.
There goes the runner, Hayes to second base. There's not going to be a play at second base.
Stolen base, and it was a high pitch, pretty hard to handle, and so he just basically conceded it rather than risk throwing it into the outfield.
Yeah, Burkhardt did swing at that one. I think he was more or less trying to protect Hayes as he was hustling down the second base as he took off before the pitch.
Good observation.
So the count goes to 2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 down. A runner at second base. That one missing low for ball 3. So that count will go full now. That last pitch at 77 miles an hour. Kind of took something off as it was fading down. And Connor Hart is ready. And here's the pitch. That one missing outside. So Matt Burkhardt will be on as Hart records the first walk given up.
I wonder if that error maybe unnerved him just a little bit, because he was right around the plate the first couple of batters. That time he missed pretty badly on a couple of those pitches.
Yeah, it always tends to work on the mind some for some reason, but that's just what happens. Now batting is the first baseman, number 24, Jason Ajamian. And Ajamian did play in 2 games so far. He's been up the bat 8 times, has 4 hits as he's batting .500. He has scored 2 runs. He has had 2 doubles and 4 RBIs. So he is the leader off the team. There's a hard hit ball into left field. That one may be gone as the left fielder Crossman just looks up at it, and that will be a 3-run home run by number 24, Jason Ajamian.
Ajamian got all of that one. The launch angle was really high, and you wondered if maybe that was going to come down and Crossman might have a chance, but it was well past the outfield wall, and it's a 3-0 ball game.
Yeah, as soon as he hit that, you could just tell by the sound of the bat, and then, like you say, the trajectory on it was, there was no doubt about that one, that was going to be gone.
Yep.
So the Colorado Cyclones take a 3-0 lead here in the bottom half of the first inning, and that will bring up the third baseman, number 22, Dakota Popham.
Good start for the Canons.
Swing and a miss there by Popham.
You know, and little things are such a big deal, and that error kind of, it didn't keep the inning going, but I think it did affect Connor just a little bit.
So the count is 1 ball, 1 strike. That missing inside as he slowed that one down a little bit and went to 76 miles an hour. Looked like he was trying to flick his wrist a little bit. I used to call it a screwball. That one hit hard into left center field. The center fielder, Kane, moves over. And I think he gave way to the left fielder, Crossman, didn't he?
Yep,
So,
Crossman called him off, and Crossman ended up making the catch.
so now we have 2 down here in the bottom half of the second inning. The score 3-0 in favor of the Colorado Cyclones. And now batting will be the designated hitter, number 34, Gavin Gifford.
Gavin. Just trying to find Gavin on my on my sheet here.
Well, he's number 34. Okay, Gifford comes in batting .250 as he's been in 2 games, has been up the plate 8 times, has 2 hits, scored 1 run, 1 double, and has 2 RBIs. That one is fouled Well, they got a 2-0 count up there to Gifford. That one missing for ball 3. So 3-0 now the count to Gifford. A left-handed batter for the Colorado Cyclones. Gifford looks like a pretty good-sized kid. He's 6'5", 265 pounds. Gifford is on with a walk now. He'll be on at first base, and that will bring up number 25, White Featherstone. And now the catcher for Kansas Canons, Gara, goes out to talk to Connor Hart. As, like you say, that error might have affected him just a little bit.
Well, and then a base on balls after that, and how many times do you walk somebody and they ended up scoring and making it come back to haunt you?
Well, not only that, but a 3-run home run would also kind of shake you up a little bit.
Yeah, that'd mess you up a little too, wouldn't it, Frank?
Yes, it would. It would me. I know that. So here's the pitch by Hart. Swing and a miss there by Featherstone. And the count goes to no balls, 1 strike. Once again, we have Gifford on at first base.
2 outs in a 3-0 ball game. Cyclones have taken the lead here in the bottom of the first. Nice curveball.
That one called strike 2, so the count goes to no balls and 2 strikes. 3-0 in favor of the Cyclones here in the bottom half of the first inning.
Out of the stretch with the runner on.
That one just missing outside. That one had 89-mile-an-hour fastball that just came across and did not get the corner of the plate as he was attempting to do. Now the stretch for Hart. And here's his pitch. That one is fouled off by Featherstone as the count goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes. You know, though, I don't see very much of a crowd here, but I tell you what, they sure are loud. They must all be underneath.
Must be places we can't see because it is a very enthusiastic crowd.
That one is a check swing there by Featherstone, and he fouls that one off, so the count will stay at 1 ball, 2 strikes.
That was a sort of a stay alive swing. I think the ball got almost past him and he thought, oh, and just sort of nubbed it foul.
Yeah, he was able to get that bat just enough on that ball to stay in there. And here's a Hart's pitch. That one hit right back to the shortstop, but the third baseman, oh, that thing took a funny bounce. The third baseman actually cut in front of the shortstop, and I thought he was going to make a great play, but when it hit the turf there, it had a funny spin to it to where it bounced away from him. As he was going to his left, the ball bounced to the right, and in for a base hit will be Wyatt Featherstone. So he'll be on at first base. Moving over to second base is Gifford, and that will bring up the right fielder, number 26, Jade Smoot.
Gave him a hit on that, which I assumed would be the case because he wasn't even able to touch the ball after it hit. Again, as you said, it took a funny bounce to away from his path of travel. So runners on first and second. Already 3-0 Cyclones here. We're in the bottom half of the first.
Yeah, the Kansas Canons are, they are in the Kansas Collegiate Baseball League, and got a chance to watch them some this year. And they've got a very solid ball team, but you definitely don't want to go down too much, especially when you're playing a good team. And anytime you're playing a team from in the NBC World Series, you're going to be playing a decent team.
Yeah, they're all good, aren't they?
Yes, they are. So Hart is ready for his pitch. That one is popped up. It's going to be out of place. It's coming right back at us here.
Came up just a little short.
Well, there it was, just a little short. It was kind of your window level.
It was toward more. I'm hoping it would have been the guys next door.
Yeah.
I don't want anybody seeing how great my hands are.
So the count is 2 balls, 1 strike now to Jade Smoot. As we have 2 down here in the bottom half of the first inning, 3-0 in favor of the Colorado Cyclones. And he takes something off that pitch, but just misses. So the count will now go to 3 balls and 1 strike.
Must have stayed a little bit outside. This is the 8th batter of the inning. Lots of guys have come to the plate here in the first.
We had a couple of those at the last game. I think it was like 12 or 13 batters, and
Wow.
I remember the other night when we sent 29 batters in the fourth inning. I was hoping that we didn't have that. That one is called strike 2, so the count will now go to 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Much as I like working with you, I wouldn't have wanted to work with you on that one.
Well, that was a late game, and I think that's the night that we didn't get home till 3 o'clock or better. So the count is full now, and stepping off is Connor Hart, or called timeout there by the umpire. So both runners head back, and now we're ready to go.
I think actually Smoot requested the timeout and was
Okay.
granted.
And here's the pitch. That ball, hard hit ball.
Oh,
what
what
a
a
great
catch.
catch there by the shortstop, Norland, as that ball was hit hard to his right, and he just stuck his glove out, and all you could see was nothing but a cone of the ball there. So,
That was a snow cone job all the way, and man, what a play.
yeah, what a play. Well, you're listening to 93.9 KGSO.
The Pro Z Series zero-turn mowers from Cub Cadet don't pull punches, they pack them. Featuring maintenance-free spindles, air-ride suspension seats, and the only 777-gauge steel deck in the industry. Designed after tens of thousands of hours by testing by pro landscapers, the Pro Z Series mowers are pro-tested and pro-approved. Visit your local Cub Cadet dealer and demo the new Pro Z Series. For expert advice, superior service, and exceptional offers, visit Trailers and More at 433 North Mays Road, 1.5 miles north of Kellogg in Wichita today.
And now this message about fully customized vehicle wraps and graphics from Shire Graphics of Park City.
Park City Shire Graphics has the highest quality of big truck and fleet graphics, from passenger vehicles to the big rigs and everything in between. No matter the size of your fleet, Shire Graphics of Park City is the area's leader in digitally printed vehicle wraps. Superior quality digital vehicle graphics from Shire Graphics, where their niche is your need in vehicle graphics, from single vehicle to fleet. Shire Graphics at shiregraphics.com.
And we welcome you back here to X Stadium for the 85th National Baseball Congress World Series. I'm going to turn it over to Larry Black as he's going to call this next inning for us.
Thank you very much, Frank. Good to be back again. Kyle Gora steps to the plate. He's the catcher. It'll be Gora, LeMunyon, and Knox, the 3 batters up for the Kansas Canons. They went down 1-2-3 in the first. They need to cut into this 3-0 lead. First pitch is for a strike. This one's hit softly to the second baseman, and an easy out at first base. So Gora down quickly on 2 pitches. That brings up Hunter LeMunyon, the first baseman.
And LeMunyon actually batting .429 as he's appeared in 2 games, has been up to the plate 7 times, has 3 hits, 1 run, 1 double, 1 RBI, and 1 base on balls. Also has recorded 2 strikeouts.
First pitch to LeMunyon is going to be hit softly to the third baseman. Charges, throws, and 2 quick outs.
Boy, that's exactly what Mossberg likes, I'm sure, to throw just a couple pitches and then get out of the inning.
Both of those first 2 batters in this inning just smashed it right into the ground, and then it was a high, really easy ground ball for the fielders. So he's got him swinging on and hitting on the top of the ball.
Well, you described it exactly right. They took some great bounces to where it just made it an easy play for both those plays.
Jordan Knox takes a strike. He's the designated hitter. And the pitch will be low and a little bit outside.
And Knox is batting .143. He's appeared in 2 games, been up the bat 7 times, has 1 hit, 1 RBI, and 1 base on balls. He has struck out twice.
Hit to the right side, gets past the first baseman and the second baseman. Seeing eye grounder gets the first hit of the ball game for the Kansas Canons.
Well, that was a hardly hit ball there by Knox, and the first baseman and second baseman just weren't able to get to it. So looks like the Kansas Canons record their first hit of the game.
Well, every rally starts with getting somebody on base, so we'll see if this results in some comeback action here for the Canons. Christian Slater is up. He's from Phoenix, Arizona, out of Colorado Mesa State University. First pitch is fouled off his foot. Pitcher fields it, but no play. Foul ball.
And Slater is still looking. He has only appeared in 1 game, has been up the bat twice, so most likely, well, he did have 2 base on balls, so he did play in 1 game, and he's 0 for 2, though, so far in the World Series.
Stands in, right-handed batter, right-handed pitcher. Again, we got a base runner on first, Jordan Knox. Here comes the pitch. Out in front of it, hits it into the dugout, the temporary dugout over here on the third base side, Frank.
Yeah, that's quite a deal. Like I say, you know, once they get that new dugout, it's just going to be fantastic. I can't wait to see it, and I'm sure that the players are going to enjoy it more than we do.
What progress every day, and it's just looking better and better. This one's hit to the right side. If that gets down, nope, it's foul ball. Out by about 3 feet.
Yeah, I did the PA for the first 2 games, and when I got here, that roof was not on there.
I remember that.
So they have really been doing a lot of work today here. They've just, I mean, it took them like no time to put that up.
Yeah, when we were here yesterday, that was all open space down there. Now they've got a metal roof on top of it. So 0-2 pitch. Outside, runners going, throw down, and it's too late. Little bit to the third base side, but I don't think he'd have got him anyway. Nice jump by Knox.
Yeah, Hayes was late getting there, the second baseman, and but you got to give the credit to Badgett as he threw that ball, and it was right on the bag. Just nobody covering.
Well, I kind of said it was on the third base side. Actually, he caught it right at the bag, but he was going so hard from the right field side across the bag that he actually slid across the bag. Now this one's going to be down. This will get a run home. Right field side. Here comes a throw from the right fielder, but it's going to be cut off, and then we got a 3-1 ball game.
Yeah, that time it was cut off there by Jamian at first base, and not sure whether the catcher told him to cut it off or not, but it doesn't matter because now we do have a run scored for the Kansas Canons. 3-1 in favor of the Colorado Cyclones.
Yeah, it looked to me like it was probably going to be late, and I know they didn't want the runner to advance and put anybody else in scoring position. 2 away. Runner on first, and brings up Chris Apolka. Almost got away. Great play by catcher Badgett, who had to reach far to his right, cross-handed, backhanded to snag that and keep it from going back to the fence. Great play. 1-0. Here comes a pitch, and it's hit down the left field line. That's fair ball. It's down in the corner, bounces off the fence.
Oh, now the umpire's saying it's a foul ball.
Oh my goodness. I am sorry. I could have swore I saw him signal fair.
Yeah, he stuck his arms up in the air, and he is making the runners go back, and Opolka will have to come back at the batter's box here.
Well, my mistake. Sorry about that,
no,
folks.
That's fine because he did stick his arms up. I was thinking he was going fair also, but then all of a sudden he put both arms to the left side, that's saying it was a foul ball. But he must have been sticking his arms up to say foul ball.
Yeah, he's having a conversation with the coach of the Kansas Canons right now. It looked like it bounced right over the bag, but it must have just missed the outside of it from the ankle. Of course, he's got a lot better angle than I do, way up here and way back behind.
We definitely don't have the correct angle. He was right on it, and like I say, when he made that call, he was right on the line.
Well, Chris Apolka will go up there with a long strike that ended up way down in the corner. Apolka, the second baseman. He's even in the count, 1-1. This one catches the outside corner, and it's 1-2. Josh Norland, the shortstop, up next. Then we go to the top of the order if either of these guys get on. Out of the stretch, checks the runner over his shoulder, and here comes the pitch. It's way high and outside.
That pitch had about 81 miles an hour there by Mossberg.
Might have been wanting him to chase a little bit, but too far out of the zone for him to even think about it. Here comes the 2-2. It's lifted into right field. This will be a pretty easy play for Smoot. And he makes the catch, and they're out of the inning, but not before the Kansas
from the sea, come to you. I heard the laughing. Come from the sea, come to you. I'm someone like you. Na 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 na. I'm going to Wichita. I'm going to Wichita. I'm going to Wichita. And I'm going to Wichita.
Learn more at visitwichita.com.
New Bobcat excavators, or take advantage of 0% financing for 48 months with approved credit, and we'll give you up to $8,000 back. Don't miss these limited time offers with cash back and 0% financing. Stop by your local White Star or call 866-587-7442 today.
White Star, get the job done.
Welcome back to the Eck. Larry Black here along with Frank Martinez, and you are listening to the 85th NBC World Series powered by West Star Energy. We go to the bottom half of the second inning, and it's 3-1. Colorado with the lead, and they're at the plate, strike one. First batter coming up will be the number 9 hitter, Colton Chase, the shortstop. Tough inning for Connor Hart in the first. Way outside.
And Colton Chase is still looking for his first hit, as he's appeared in 2 games, has been up the bat 7 times and has no hits, has 1 RBI, and he has struck out 4 times.
The pitch is going to be inside. That makes the count 2-1. Colton Chase is from Aurora, Colorado, Regis University. He's a freshman there. Just completed his freshman year. And here comes the 2-1 delivery. Right over the plate, but low. And it's 3-1. He walked. Chase had Colton had a walk. Gave up a walk. Gosh, in the first inning, trying to keep from having another one here. But that's a strike. Colton Chase was already on his way to first base. The umpire calls him back and says, "You got one more to look at."
I have seen that quite a bit this year, doing a lot of games here this summer, and a lot of guys seem like they beg for that 4th ball.
And the 3-2 pitch. Hit up the middle, over the pitcher's head, and on into center field. So a leadoff single for Colton Chase.
And there was no begging there, because Colton Chase drilled that into center field as he recorded his first hit here in the NBC World Series.
Solid single to center field for his first hit. Kennedy Badgett comes to the plate. He was out to the third baseman in the first inning. Led off the game with an out, then an error opened the door for those 3 runs for Colorado in the first. It's 3-1. High pitch. It's going to be a stolen base. The throw was behind and a little bit short of second base, and so into second is Colton Chase with a steal.
One thing you're going to find in these top teams, like the Kansas Canons and the Cyclones, the Foresters, that they are all very, very aggressive teams.
Yep. Not going to play back and sit and wait for a 3-run homer. They're going to go after it. Run the bases aggressively, hit aggressively. This pitch is going to be right down the middle for a strike. It evens the count at 1-1. Kennedy Badgett at the plate. Badgett from Arvada, Colorado, 6'2", 115. West Texas A&M College. Out of the stretch, checks second base. This one's going to be lifted into right field. Too short to advance. It's taken by the right fielder Slater, and one away.
Yeah, good job there by both teams. By the 2 players, really communicated well on that. And as the second baseman, Opoka was heading back, and Slater caught him off and made the catch.
That brings up Jake Hayes. He reached on an error in the first inning and came around to score the first run of the ball game on that 3-run homer by Jamian. Left-handed batter. Shows bunt. Pulls back on the outside pitch, and it's 1-0. Outfielder straight away.
I don't think Hayes was really looking to bunt on that. I think he was just trying to see what kind of pitch he was going to throw him, and as he brought that back right away.
Shortstop shaded a little bit toward the second base side to hold the runner. This one's in for a strike.
Yeah, that time he tried to hold up there, but he went across, and they called it a strike.
Should be a 1-1 count.
Yes, it is.
Even though the scoreboard disagrees with us, Frank. And this one's in for a nice change of pace at 75 miles an hour, and it's in for a strike, so it's 1-2.
Well, all these scoreboard operators, we really appreciate their hard work. They're all volunteers, and sometimes it's a little hard to pay attention in there when there's a lot of talking going on in there.
This one's low. I make it 2-2. It's a good thing people don't sit At least we don't get to hear all the things they say about the mistakes we make, so
Well,
we
yeah,
probably
that's
shouldn't be
true.
too critical.
No, not being critical at
Yeah.
all. I'm just letting you know that that's what happens. Is sometimes
No,
there's so
I
much
agree.
distraction in there that they can't. They a lot of times they wait for the umpire. They're waiting for the umpire to make a call whether it's a ball or strike.
This one's down and in. It'll be ball 3, and advancing to third base on the steal is Colton Chase. Didn't even draw a throw, got a great lead and a great jump. So full count. We have 1 out. We're in the bottom of the second inning, and it's 3-1 Colorado, and this is going to be up the middle, and it will score another run on a single to center field.
Hard hit there by Jake Hayes as he drills that into center field, and coming around to score is Colton Chase.
Man, I tell you, Colorado was really getting good one on the ball. They are making good contact just about every time up. That brings up Matt Burkhart. Burkhart is the center fielder. And Matt is from Gill, Colorado, out of the University of Northern Colorado. Runner on first, Jake Hayes. And here comes the pitch. Strike 1. 76, took a little something off it. 4-1. Colorado.
They're still showing 2 runs up on the scoreboard, but we know that that's not correct. Point streak is showing 1.
Here comes the pitch, fouled back.
So in other words, don't pay attention to the scoreboard.
If you're listening to us in
Yeah.
in the stadium, that's not quite right.
By the way, if you're not listening and you're in the area, you'd like to come watch a ball game, we have 2 games. We're just in the
Good ones.
second inning, and then we got another game, and it's going to be a really good one. The Seattle Studs and the San Diego, California Waves. That one's going away from the catcher, looks like.
Yep, and it was inside, so it's a ball. Gets away from the catcher, and advancing on the pass ball is going to be Jake Hayes. I'm going to assume pass ball anyway. It looked pretty catchable.
It is a pass ball.
Yep. Thank you. Well, I guessed 1 right today, Frank. I don't know if there will be any more, but
Well, you had 2 chances. Wild pitch or a pass
I know.
ball. You had a 50-50 chance.
yeah, but you should see me with 50-50 chances. That's why I don't go to the casino. I'm wrong every time. Here comes the 1-2 delivery. This is going to be hit into short left field. Coming hard is Crossman, and he's going to make the catch. So that's 2 away. Runner in scoring position at second base is Hayes, and that brings up Jason Ajamian, 3-run homer in the first inning to supply the big blow of this ball game for Colorado.
Yeah, we'll see here what Jamian does. Was he really powered that first one? I mean, like I say, as soon as it took off the bat, you knew it was gone. Matter of fact, you could tell the Crossman left field just took 2 steps back and just said there's no reason to go back any further. It's gone.
Turned and watched it. First pitch is low. It's 1-0. They're not holding the runner at second with 2 away here. Norland set up in his regular shortstop position out near the grass.
Well, you got a good observation because I was just getting ready to say the same thing.
Great minds think alike, right? This one's going to be outside, so it's 2-0.
Oh, there's the circle of love. You can hear those.
Yep.
The humming birds there.
I'm glad you identified that because I didn't know what was going on down there.
Yeah, they come to every single ball game and they have those little horns that they toot around, and every time I play the Mexican hat dance when I'm doing the PA, they join along. It doesn't matter if it's that one or if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. They do the same thing.
Circle of love. Huh?
Circle of love.
Makes it fun at the ballpark.
Yes.
This one's going to be low, so it's a 3-0 count. And let's see, Ajamian. They're working, working pretty carefully with Ajamian here. First base is open.
Yeah, you probably don't want to give him anything good here.
We know what he'll do with it, don't we? Long look at second base, and the pitch is going to be squibbed up the right side. It'll go foul.
Well, Jamian must have liked that one because he had a 3-0 count and he went swinging. So I guess if I hit a 3-run home run, coach is going to give me the green light too.
I think you'd be up there swinging too. But fouled it off. Just got a kind of just a little piece of it. 4-1 our score. It's the Colorado Cyclones, the home team, against the Kansas Canons. Colorado with a runner on second. Trying to still the damage is Hart. Connor Hart. Long look at second base again, and here comes the pitch. It is high and tight. And another walk.
Yeah,
Second of the ball game.
Jamian will be on at first base now, and that's his second time on the base pass. And here comes the coach for the Kansas Canons, as there is somebody warming up out there, and I'll take a look.
Okay. Haven't seen a signal yet. Don't know how loose the pitcher might be at this point. May just be going to try and settle him down a little bit. Try and get a little bit of focus back going here. Really short visit. He's already headed off the field. You know, Connor Hart has been a little bit inconsistent. I can't say he's pitched badly, but he's just pitched inconsistently. And the Colorado Cyclones are taking advantage of it. And the lights come on.
Yeah, I had to turn the lights on when you can't see, and you get our age. It's a little bit harder to see.
I just hope I don't ever forget my cheater glasses to one of these games, or then I'm in big trouble. I'm going to have to make the scoreboard bigger.
Out there warming up for the Kansas Canons is number 25, Kobe Milner.
Ball one outside. Runners at first and second in a 4-1 ball game. At the plate, number 22, Dakota Popham. Popham flied out to the left fielder. That was back in that long first inning. Here comes the pitch. It's hit high and just past the infield. Calling him off is a polka, and he will make the catch. Called the first baseman off, and that will do it for Colorado in this inning.
And you're listening to 93.9 KGSO.
I'm so sorry to hear about your loss.
Thank you very much. I'm just thankful that Mom and Dad planned ahead and prepared for this moment. It saved me and my brothers and sisters time and money at an already difficult time.
Yeah, my parents did the same thing. And when we lost Mom a few years back, I remember how much easier it made it on all of us.
Old Mission Mortuary and Whitechapel Cemetery and Crematory would like to remind you of the importance of pre-planning. The conversations you have with family today can save your family members time and money during an already difficult time. Find Old Mission Mortuary and Whitechapel Cemetery and Crematory online today or call 686-7311.
This is the sound of Heather breathing in that new car smell, coming from her new car. Allstate knows there's nothing like it in the world, which is why they offer new car replacement. If your car is totaled and is less than 2 years old, Allstate will replace it. Are you in good hands?
Get a quick, personalized insurance quote from Allstate Insurance Agent John Emmett in Wichita. Call 691-8555.
And we welcome you back here to X Stadium for the 85th National Baseball Congress World Series, powered by Westar Energy. Frank Martinez joined along by Larry Black. And we go to the top half of the third inning. The score is the Colorado Cyclones 4 and the Kansas Canons 1. Leading off for the Kansas Canons will be the shortstop, number 14, Josh Norland. Norland has appeared in 2 ball games, has been up to bat 6 times, has 2 hits, 2 runs scored, 1 double, and 1 base on balls. Also has 2 strikeouts. That ball lifted into left field. Left fielder making the catch out there is Featherstone. So we have 1 down here in the top half of the third inning.
Takes us back to the top of the order with Thomas Kane. He was a flyout victim to right field in the first inning.
So Kane is now up.
Thomas Kane is from Flower Mound, Texas. College he goes to is at Angelo State.
Goodness. 5'11", 180-pounder. That ball hit to the shortstop. Norland goes to first for out number 2.
Nice soft hands there. That's actually Chase. And
that's correct. I was going to say Chase instead of Norland.
Nice soft hands. He just, you know, he didn't let the ball play him. He got it on the right bounce, smooth action, and made a pretty easy play out of it.
All right, that brings up the left fielder, number 1, Nate Crossman. Crossman flew out to center field his first time at the plate.
Crossman just down the road in Derby, Kansas.
A Derby product, a Panther product.
There you go.
So the count is no balls, one strike, and a ball hit down the third base side. It is foul. That was a breaking ball at 72 miles an hour by Mossberg. So he's ahead at no balls and 2 strikes to Crossman as we have 2 down here in the top half of the third inning. Once again, the score 4-1 in favor of the Colorado Cyclones. As the Cyclones scored 3 runs in the bottom half of the first inning. And then the Kansas Cannon came back and scored 1 run in the top half of the second. But as good teams do, Larry, the Cyclones matched them in the bottom half of the second inning to get that run back.
So what winning teams do, if somebody jumps on you, they get it back right away if at all possible.
There's a pitch missing outside. So that will even up the count now at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody on base with 2 down.
If he gets on, it'll be Cooper Minnick.
And here's Mossberg's pitch missing. So that will take the count now to full at 3-2.
Mossberg's has not given up a walk yet. He's given up a couple of hits and 1 run.
And that one fouled off by Crossman. I was going to say, so far, Hart has faced 13 batters and he's given up 4 fly balls. Only 2 hits. That one fouled off by Crossman.
Up in the green seats and a mad dash to get the souvenir. That makes the count, holds the count at full, excuse me.
Yep. Count is full now to Crossman. Nate Crossman, the left fielder. That one calls strike 3. So at the top half of the third inning, no runs for the Kansas Canons. 4-1 is the score.
Good evening, baseball fans. KSN Chief Meteorologist Lisa Teachman here from the Storm Track 3 Weather Center. It is going to be a steamy evening. The humidity levels are up, but it should stay mostly dry. 88 degrees will be our temperature, but then as the sun sets, overnight temperatures will fall into the 70s. It's going to be a steamy one. While there is a slim chance for a pop-up shower or storm, most of us should stay dry, and the same goes for tomorrow. While there is a 10% rain risk, that's not going to be until later in the day, so expect the heat and humidity to be the big stories going forward, with tomorrow's high right around 95. Enjoy the rest of the evening here at the ballpark and have a safe ride home.
The Hoagie headquarters of South Central Kansas. Dine in or carry out. Delivery after 5 p.m. by simply calling 788-2011 or quick and easy online at pizzajohnderby.com. Pizza John.
And we welcome you back to X Stadium as we go to the bottom half of the third inning. And due up for the Colorado Cyclones. I believe it's number 34, Gavin Gifford.
Yep.
He drives that into center field for a base hit on 1 pitch. So Gifford records his first hit of the ball game.
Well, he was ready for that, jumped all over it, lined it into center field, and already the first base runner out there for Colorado.
And so now coming up for the Cyclones will be the left fielder, number 25, Wyatt Featherston. Featherston got a base hit in the first inning as he was left stranded at first base. Ball missing inside for ball 1 by Connor Hart. That was at 73 miles an hour.
Gifford took a pretty good lead at first base, but he's a big kind of chunky guy. I'm not sure. He didn't look like he had a lot of speed, but that is still to be seen. Throw over, gets back in time.
Well, Mr. Gifford is 6'5", 265 pounders. I'm sure you don't want to go tell him he's chunky.
He can't hear me up here.
He can't hear you.
Hope his mom's not listening.
That one was fouled off, and looks like the catcher.
Solidly built. How's that?
Yeah, there you go. That's the way. That's politically correct. He's a solid-looking guy.
Umpire goes out to have just a brief conversation with Connor Hart. You just wonder in that kind of an instance if that's maybe about, hey, you better be careful, you're almost balking or something like that.
No, what happened was a foul ball to hit Gara in the arm.
Gotcha.
And so, as most umpires usually do, they go out and to talk to the pitcher or hand him a ball to give the catcher a chance to catch his breath and make sure he's okay.
Makes perfect sense. Thank you, Frank.
Yeah, that one fouled off by Featherston. As the count is 1 ball, 2 strikes now. We do have a runner on at first base as Gavin Gifford lined the first shot into center field, so he stands at first base with no outs. 4-1 is the score in favor of the Colorado Cyclones over the Kansas Canons. A hard hit shot, that's going to be foul as that goes right into the corner area. And left fielder Crossman will pick it up and throw it in.
Solidly hit ball. It got a little bit out in front of it, though, and pulled it about maybe 4 feet on the foul ball side.
Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Featherston. Next up is on deck is Smoot and Chase in the hole. Not sure what the temperature is, but it almost kind of cooled off in here. Usually the
almost hit him.
The air conditioner kicks on about this time, and it just starts cooling off very, very fast. I know the 9:30 game. By 9:30 game, I was freezing last night, and I thought about tonight bringing a small blanket and cover. There's the ball hit to the shortstop. Shortstop Norland goes to Opoka for the forced out at second base. So Featherston will be on a fielder's choice, and it is a 6-4 put out for out number 1. That will bring up for the Cyclones, the right fielder number 26, Jade Smoot.
82 degrees, Frank.
82.
Virtually no wind.
I think when we started, went at 90. I might be wrong about that, but
86, 87, I think, if I remember right. In the 90 range, anyhow.
Well, you know, these days all kind of blend into each other when you're here for 14 to 16 hours. That missing for ball 1. So the count is 1 ball, no strike now to Jade Smoot, who's playing right field tonight for the Colorado Cyclones.
One away here in the third, excuse me.
This is the bottom half of the 3rd inning. And that one missing outside. A fastball at about 87 miles an hour, but just missing. So 2-0 now the count to Jade Smoot. The infield playing at double play depth as the second baseman is now creeping in a little bit. He was in the grass area. With this artificial turf, the ball gets to you awful quick, and you see a lot of the infield, especially the shortstop and second base, are played back in that grass area. We call it the grass area that was not the brown turf, and that one missing high, and that is ball 4. So Smoot will be on with the base on balls. Moving over to second base is Featherston. So now we'll have runners at first and second, and we are going to have a pitching change. So we're going to take a break. You're listening to 93.9 KGSO.
The Laundry Station in Wichita is Kansas' premier laundry services provider. The Laundry Station has machines for all of your needs in the Wichita area. In fact, the largest machine can handle 10 loads at a time. And for those of you who are not do-it-yourselfers, the Laundry Station's premium wash, dry, fold service allows you to drop off and pick up your laundry the same day in most cases. Conveniently located in the heart of Wichita, on Oliver at Kellogg. The Laundry Station, and online at thelaundrystationks.com.
The Hits of Foreigner, live one night, August 17th. 7 Clans First Council Casino in Newkirk. All your favorite Foreigner songs in an unforgettable night. Get your tickets at the 7 Clans Players Club, online at 7clans.com. Don't miss the Hits of Foreigner, August 17th. At 7 Clans First Council Casino Hotel in Newkirk.
And we welcome you back to X Stadium for the 85th National Baseball Congress World Series, as we now have a pitching change for the Kansas Cannons. And coming in to pitch is number 25, Kobe Milner. You want to give us a little bit of information on Mr. Milner, Larry?
Absolutely. 6'1", 180. He's from Las Vegas, Nevada. He goes to a local university, however, here, Newman University over in Wichita.
And I'll give you the final numbers on Hart. He went 2 1/3 innings, gave up 5 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned runs, had 4 base on balls, and no strikeouts as he faced 17 batters. So coming on is Kobe Milner. And of course, these 2 base runners will be credited to Hart if they happen to score here in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. The score is 4-1 in favor of the Colorado Cyclones as we are in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Now batting is the shortstop, number 5, Colton Chase. Colton Chase got a base hit in the 2nd inning, a stolen base, and scored a run off a base hit from Jake Hayes.
Runners at first and second, 1 away. Left-handed pitcher.
That one missing inside for ball 1. Didn't see the radar gun on that one, Larry. Did you happen to catch that?
Did not.
Okay. And here's Milner's pitch. Fouled off there by Chase. That was at 83 miles an hour. So the count will even up now at 1 ball and 1 strike.
Pretty crucial part of the ball game here for the Cannons. They really need to get out of this inning without any further damage. Already down 3.
And this is Milner's first action here in the World Series, as he has no stats for the Kansas Cannons. That one fouled off to the left-hand side. So the count stays at 1 ball, 2 strikes. We have Featherstone at second base as he reached on a fielder's choice, and Smoot on at first base as he reached on a base on balls. As we have 1 down here in the bottom half of the 3rd inning.
I think Chase would like to get a little bit better bunt attempt this time. He kind of bunted under the ball instead of getting his bat on it, on top of it.
He's got 2 strikes on him. Not sure he'll be laying one down here, and he didn't as he goes down swinging for out number 2. So Milner records his first strikeout, and that will bring up the catcher, number 28, Kennedy Badgett.
0 for 2 so far in the ball game. Two outs. We are in the bottom half of the 3rd.
Thank you for filling in there, Larry, because I was trying to look up something on Badgett and I can't find it. So the count is 1 ball, no strikes to Badgett. And runners at first and second, 2 down. When it goes quiet, that's when you're supposed to fill in.
I got it.
That's a hint there. It means I'm looking for something. And that one missing, or that one hit the corner, I should say.
Wow, I thought that was outside
well,
too,
I did
Frank.
too, but the umpire moved his hand like it was a strike. The scoreboard operator has 2 balls and no strikes, so we'll see. And point streak is not up to date yet, so that one missing low, and that's going to get away from the catcher. So Featherstone will move over to third base, and Smoot will move to second base. So now 2 more runners will be in scoring position. And that is a wild pitch charged to Milner.
Yeah, that would have been a really tough get for Gara. That was inside and low and in the dirt and really close to the batter, and it just was really, really difficult to come up with.
Yeah, well, from a left-handed pitcher there, that thing was really breaking down.
Exactly.
And away from the catcher there, that one also down at the ground. So the count will now go to 2 balls, 2 strikes as we are in the bottom half of the 3rd inning with runners at second and third, and there is 2 down. But the Colorado Cyclones are trying to get a couple more runs across as they lead 4-1. Ball is fouled off to the left side, so that will take the count now to full at 3-2.
We're back to the top of the order with Badgett. Badgett, as Frank mentioned earlier, had a good tournament so far.
And Milner trying to get out of this inning. And like you say, we have runners at second and third. Trying to close the door here. That one is fouled off. A good job by Badgett as he fought that one off.
Staying alive to fight another day. Full count.
Well, that's what you're going to do with 2 strikes on you. You want to make sure you protect that plate, and he did exactly that. So the count 3-2 still. And Kobe Milner. There's the pitch to the right side. Great job there by Badgett as he's just drove that one to the right-hand side. That was an outside pitch, and 2 runs will score now for the Colorado Cyclones, as that now takes the score to 6-1.
Single for Badgett to the right side. That was, the hole was I mean, it just drilled right through the hole. No chance of anybody getting a glove on that one.
And my
RBIs.
My apologies for stopping there, but our scoreboard operator wrote down the 2 runs on the
other side.
On the other side, so. Makes you rethink things. I know when the count's not right, the umpires have their clicker, and then they'll look at it like, who's right? Am I right, or is the scoreboard right?
Then I go back and I look and add up how many runs we had, and hopefully my sheet's right.
So the score should be 6-1, even though the scoreboard now they.
Yeah, and it's not 3-2. I think.
No,
it's 2-0. I think.
2-0 to count. We do have a runner on at first base as Badgett just got a base hit and 2 RBIs. And once again, those 2 runs will be charged to Hart.
And that's a ball as well, 3-0.
So 3-0 now the count. To Jake Hayes is the batter, as he reached on an error and scored a run in the first inning, and he got a base hit in the second. It went to second on a pass ball, was left stranded there. That one hit in the outside corner at 82 miles an hour. So the count is 3 balls and 1 strike. And I think the scoreboard operator is going to give up because he got the visitor side clear to 10 runs. And I think he decided just to call it quits.
I'm going home.
That one into the ground, so that's going to be ball 4. So Jake Hayes will now be on at first base. And Badgett moves to second base. That is the second walk of this inning. And that will bring up the center fielder number 10, Matt Burkhardt.
7th batter of the inning. This is the second time that Colorado's gotten at least 7 people up in an inning, and we're only in the 3rd.
And both times that they've got that many runners or that many batters up there, they had at least 2 walks, and looks like they had an error in that first inning. So you can't do that against good teams because they will take advantage of it. And that's exactly what the Colorado Cyclones have done here tonight.
They'll make you pay.
That one is fouled off right back to the right of us. And by the way, you haven't gotten a foul ball yet, have you, up here in the press box?
I've been watching baseball for 50 years, and I still have never gotten a foul ball anywhere. I think I've given up by this point because, you know, even if you get one hit in your area, they'll yell at you if you're an old guy for not giving it to a kid. So I'll never have a souvenir my whole life.
Well, the press box at Lawrence Dumont Stadium, it just seemed like we were in the right direction or right angle because we always got foul balls up there in the press box. That calls strike 3 there. So Burkhardt goes down looking. So at the end of 3 innings of play, it is the Colorado Cyclones 6 and the Kansas Canons 1. You're listening to 93.9 KGSO.
A new train, air conditioner, or furnace, nobody's better than Moody Heating and Air Conditioning, an independent train comfort specialist. So it just makes sense to become a Moody priority customer and enjoy great benefits like 10% off all service repairs, no overtime fees, faster response time, and much more. Becoming a priority customer at Moody Heating and Air Conditioning? Smart. Call 262-7444. That's 262-7444 today.
Truck owners, it's time to visit Toppers Plus Truck Accessories, Wichita's exclusive Lear dealer for truck caps and tonneaus. The new Super Duty tops are now available. The Lear Locker is the perfect gift for the outdoorsman on your list. Lear Locker is a ceiling-mounted storage system with a sliding drawer to organize your sport or hunting gear. It keeps your gear out of sight and out of the way. Visit Toppers Plus at 5511 West Central in Wichita or toppersplusks.com.
Make your truck work for you.
And welcome back to the Eck. Larry Black here along with Frank Martinez. It's NBC. One more game yet to play after this one. This game, though, so far, mostly Cyclones. They lead it 6-1 over the Kansas Canons. Canons will send to the plate Cooper Minnick to start this inning, the number 3 hitter, followed by Kyle Gara, and then Hunter LeMunyon trying to get something going for the Canons. On the mound, Milner for Colorado.
Oh, and he hits Minnick there on the backside. About the best place that you can be
Doesn't hurt so much. All right, so hit by pitch. So maybe that'll give the Cannons some life.
Well, they definitely need base runners, and that's one way of doing it.
Sends Minnick down to first base and brings up the catcher, number 23, Kyle Gara. Gara grounded out to the second baseman his first time up.
So far, the line here tonight for the Kansas Canons, they've scored 1 run on 2 hits, 1 error. And for the Colorado Cyclones, they've scored 6 runs on 6 hits and no errors.
First pitch is a little bit high and in for ball 1. Runner on first base, Cooper Minnick. This one's going to be in for a strike that evens the count at 1-1. Kansas went down in order in the first inning, got a run in the second, and here in the fourth trying to get things going. Stepping out, now he's back in there. Stretching the pitch, fouled off the right side. It's 1-2.
You know, one thing I've noticed here, Larry, this ballpark's got the netting all the way down the stands area, and I know that the new ballpark that's being built in Wichita is going to have the same thing. But you still get a lot of foul balls into the stands, and I've really noticed a lot of foul balls and people chasing them down.
Anything with a little height on it, there's a called strike, so strikeout for Kyle Gara as he watched that one go by. 1 away now, runner on first, and it brings to the plate Hunter LeMunyon. LeMunyon, the first baseman. He also grounded out back in the second. And that's just smart. You know, so many people have been hurt, and we were kind of talking about that in an earlier game as the first pitch is in for a strike.
And I think somebody got hurt just yesterday or day before that. I think another person got hurt. I heard at another ballpark, and that's really sad.
Yeah, even if you're paying attention and you're a pretty athletic guy, when those 100+ mile an hour speed balls come flying off the bat at you, it's pretty tough to react.
And not only balls, but also bats.
Yep, good point.
You know,
well
because
said.
I know I was announcing a game with the San Diego Wave, and I came down to say hi to some people and sat down on about the second or third row along the third base side, and the Wave's batter was batting, and he hit one and shattered the bat a little bit, and the bat went flying from his hands and ended up flying into the stands and ended up hitting my seat as I ducked between the seats.
Wow.
Go ahead.
This one's going to be attempted to be fielded by the third baseman, deflects it out into left field, and it's through. So runners at the corners with 1 away. LeMunyon sneaks one through, and it's a hit.
Yeah, great hit there by LeMunyon. A good effort there by Minnick as he dove for that one. It went off his glove, but it definitely was a base hit there by LeMunyon. Anyway, it ended up hitting my seat, and as I was down on the ground, the barrel of the bat came back and smacked me on the small of my back here, and I had a mark about that big and about that wide, you know, and about 3 to 4 inches. So I know how that, I speak from experience when I say that even bats will fly into the stands.
The netting is just a great addition to this stadium and will be to the new stadium. So first pitch is a ball. At the plate, Jordan Knox, a designated hitter. He singled and scored back in the second. Comes the pitch. It's going to be hit deep into the stands on the right side. Out of play, 1-1. So one away here, runners on first and third, and a chance to cut into this 5-run lead. The Canons need something to go their way here. Been a nice pitching job by Mossberg. Inside almost hit him.
Sure did. Knox just stood there too. You know, he was going to take that for the team.
Absolutely.
He did not flinch one bit.
Just missed him, so inside makes it 2-1.
If it had been me, I'd have been back behind the umpire.
Yeah, I don't like paying that good. Here comes the pitch, and it's hit into center field pretty deep. It'll be enough to score the run. Catch is made out there by Burkhart. Here comes Minnick in to score. Retreating to first base is LeMunyon, and now it's a 6-2 ball game.
Well, the Kansas Cannons are not going to give up. I tell you that. I've seen them play a couple times and called a couple tournaments for them, and they're a good ball team. They're here for a reason.
Brings up Christian Slater. He singled and was stranded at first back in the second inning. The right fielder. It's going to be hit right at the second baseman. Should be a pretty easy put out, and 3 away. So there go the Cannons, but they did get a run back. It's 6-2. You're listening to NBC Baseball on KGSO.
Hi, I'm Carrie Davis. Happy to tell you about the opening of Carrie Davis Liquor.
I am Brian Davis, and for over 40 years, Davis Liquor Outlet of Wichita has been proud to provide you the best value for your dollar.
Before school classes go back into session this year, the doors will be open at Carrie Davis Liquor Outlet at Kellogg and Tyler.
You know, the building used to house Vanderbilt's just west of Midwest Kia.
Be watching and listening for our grand opening announcement.
We are currently accepting applications. Apply online at davisliquoroutlet.com. Each store independently owned and operated, excludes 31st and Meridian.
Just because it might be a slow time of year for sports, it doesn't mean it's a slow time of year for all the fun at Champs Bar and Grill on South Seneca. Hey, it's Doug Downs from the Game Plan, and when I want to kick back, watch some sports on TV, enjoy some delicious food like a cheeseburger, pizza, quesadillas, I find myself at Champs Bar and Grill. Don't forget also, happy hour takes place every Monday through Friday from 4 to 7, and if you're like me and love to be outside, then Champs has it covered with an outdoor patio area complete with horseshoe pits, fire pit, picnic tables. There's always something going on at Champs Bar and Grill. Find them online at Champs ICT.
NBC tournament right here at the Eck. Larry Black along with Frank Martinez. We go to the bottom half of the 4th inning. Kansas Cannons got one back in the top half of this inning. The Cyclones come to the plate in the form of Jason Ajamian, who has the big 3-run homer early in the ball game. He'll be followed by Dakota Popham and Gavin Gifford. The first 3 up in this inning. This is the bottom half of the 4th. Still on the mound for Kansas, left-handed pitcher Milner. Cody Milner.
Well, we'll see here how Colorado responds here after the Cannons has scored 1 run here in the top half of the 4th inning.
First pitch is in there for a strike. Taking a long look in at the plate before he brings the next one. Hits about a foot in front of the plate, and it's 1-1. Kind of a few more clouds kind of starting to creep in a little bit here, but I think last time I looked we showed like a 20% chance of rain, so we shouldn't have too much difficulty getting this one in, and hopefully the next one as well. Swing and a miss on a pitch that was inside and low. Tried to golf it out there. Jamian again was swinging for the fences, and he's down in the count 1-2.
Well, I'm just now looking at the radar, and it's showing that about 30% chance at 9 o'clock and 40% chance of rain at 10 o'clock. So hopefully we get this done before all that hits.
This pitch is outside, gets away from the catcher, but nobody on, so no damage, and the count's even at 2-2. So nearing the end of this pool play portion, as Frank mentioned earlier, just one game tomorrow to decide a representative. All the other 3 pools have already been decided as far as who goes on to next week's elimination portion.
Yeah, like I said, it's a big game here tonight between the San Diego California Waves and the Seattle Washington Studs. Both those teams have already qualified, as Texas Express is out in Pool A, but that will determine who's the number 2 seed and 3 seed in Pool A, and that also determines on who they will play in the first and second round.
Get hard to the shortstop. over to first base in plenty of time, and Jamian is out 6-3.
Because Wednesday's action, what happens is the second team in Pool D will play the third team in Pool B, and then the second team in Pool A will play the third team in Pool C, and then the second place in Team C will play the third team in Pool A, and the second team in B will play the third team in Pool D. So that's why this next game is very important.
First pitch is a strike. Dakota Popham, third baseman, is up. He is 0 for 2, couple of flyouts to the outfield. And here comes the 0-1 delivery. Going to be inside and low, and it evens the count at 1-1.
And not only that, but the action for tomorrow in Pool B, there's still not been determined on who's going to be the top 3 teams that move on. Unlike the games that we had today, Cheney, Kansas Diamond Dogs against the Texas Express. Express was already out of the tournament. Cheney beat them 13-4, and then in the second games, the San Antonio Angels were also already out of the tournament, eliminated, and the Fairbanks Alaska beat them 13-0. So you could kind of tell the way they were playing that they knew they weren't playing for anything much, but that's a different story tomorrow.
Yep, absolutely is. Popham fouls it off at his feet, so he's down in the count 1-2. There is one away, nobody on. We're in the bottom of the fourth in a 6-2 ball game. Colorado with the lead, and they are at bat. Fouled off to the left side, so the count stays at 1-2. It's sure been a great pleasure doing these games this week, and thanks to KGSO for giving us the opportunity and the sponsors for making these games possible.
Well, I tell you, you can't do it without the sponsors, that's for sure.
And here comes the 1-2 pitch. Way low. Not going to get many to offer at those ones that hit 2 feet in front of the plate. Gifford will be next. And if anybody gets on, Wyatt Featherston. No wind here, as we mentioned earlier. And again, a pretty nice crowd. Pretty vocal crowd so far. Not as big as some we've had. And there's a swing and a miss and a strikeout. So Popham is down. And that brings up Gavin Gifford. Gifford was out singled and was out on a fielder's choice back in the third inning. Also walked in the first. Got stranded in the first inning. Left-handed pitcher, left-handed batter. Fouled straight back. He was all over that one, just missed it. Had a good cut at it.
Yeah, the Kansas Canons play out of that Kansas Collegiate League, and I think most of their games are, come from Augusta, and so there's a lot of fans that follow the Kansas Canons. They've been around for many years, and so that's where most of the people are at here tonight, following the Canons.
Bounced way out in front of the plate, up off the umpire. Took it. I'm hoping he took it off the chest protector, not the shoulder, but he seems like he's all right. Not taking any time getting back behind the plate anyway. And the count's 1-1. Milner came in the third inning. A bit high. He's said been a little bit inconsistent, although some nice pop on his fastball. 2-1 the count. This one's low, and it's 3-1.
Looked like Gara tried to frame that one on the outside corner and didn't get the call.
He left it there a while, didn't he? And here comes the 3-1. And that's going to be a walk. So Clifford is on for the third time tonight. Second time on a walk. And it brings up Wyatt Featherston. Featherston reached on a fielder's choice and scored back in the third inning. Featherston steps in. He is from Lakewood, Colorado. Goes to Washburn University just up the road in Topeka. This is a line drive to left field. Going to be taken on one hop by Crossman. So we'll hold the runners where they are, but now it's runners at first and second with 2 out. And a bit of a rally started here for the Colorado Cyclones.
Yeah, that was Featherston's second hit here in the ball game, and that one was well struck, as that was a line shot, like you said. Crossman got that on one bounce.
That brings up Jade Smoot. Smoot so far is 0 for 1. He did walk and score back in the third. First pitch is going to be taken right in there for a strike at 82 miles an hour. Lots of action yet to go. If you're looking for something to do here on a Sunday evening, you can sure come on out, catch the rest of this one. We're not even halfway through this one, and there's another game to follow.
Well, I hope it's Monday evening, not Sunday evening, because if it is, I'm off a day.
I didn't work today, so.
Okay.
I'm a little off.
It is Monday evening.
Thank you. That's why there was such a traffic jam coming into town, wasn't there? All right. Oh my goodness.
Well, ever since I retired, my wife always asked me what I'm doing today, and I said I don't even know what day today is. So I'm just like you're ready for retirement.
I'm loving this retirement already, and I don't even need to know what day it is. Do I have to be at the ballpark? Yes or no? That's all I need to know. All right, 2-1 they count. Jade Smoot at the plate, runners on first and second for the Colorado Cyclones, and the wind and the pitch. High in the air on the infield. In fact, not making it to the infield. The catcher settles under it, and Gara makes the catch, and that's the
and their vehicle can't budge without an ignition interlock device? The next right move is Just Right Auto Repair. Just Right Auto Repair at 4312 West Central is Wichita's Intoxilock Ignition Interlock Installation Specialist. Intoxilock is the preferred device of choice among customers and monitoring authorities. Make your vehicle just right in the Quartz site. Just Right Auto Repair, your Intoxilock Ignition Interlock Installation Specialist.
And we welcome you back as we start the top half of the fifth inning. The score is the Colorado Cyclones 6 and the Kansas Canons 2. Leading off for the Kansas Canons will be the second baseman, number 2, Chris Opolka. And so far, JT Mossberg has been pitching a good game. He has gone 4 innings, given up 3 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 2 strikeouts, as he has faced 16 batters. There's a ball hit to the right-hand side, and that right fielder making the catch for out number 1. Nice job there by Smoot to make that out. So we have 1 up, 1 down here in the top half of the fifth inning. That will bring up the shortstop, number 14, Josh Norland.
Yeah, he didn't get too excited. He just casually came in, caught it just about waist high, and went away.
And that first pitch to Norland misses outside, a 78-mile-an-hour fastball as it tailed away from the left-handed batter. That one hit to the shortstop. Chase goes over to Jamian, and that kind of pulled Jamian off the bag there, but as he jumped up, and now he just tells the shortstop, get her down a little bit. So now there is 2 down on a 6-3 put out.
Yeah, he had to jump a couple inches off the ground to make the catch, but came right back down on the bag with plenty of time to spare.
How to bring up for the Kansas Canons, the center fielder, number 4, Thomas Kane. Kane flew out to the right fielder in the first inning as he started off the ball game, and then he grounded out to the shortstop in the third inning. So he's looking for his first hit of the game, but he was 4 for 8. In the World Series so far, as he was batting .500 coming into this ball game. Pitch called strike 2 now. So count goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I don't know. Mossberg seems to be getting stronger as the game goes along.
That one missing outside, so that will even up the count now at 2-2. 2 down here in the top half of the 5th. The score 6-2 in favor of the Colorado Cyclones. That ball hit to the second baseman Hayes as he moves to his right, goes to Jamian at first base.
Hi, I'm Scott Stiles, General Manager of Wichita Burner, right here in beautiful downtown Wichita. I know how important it is to be on a winning team. My winning team of Jim Myers, Ashley Jansen, and Jeff Markowitz are here every day to provide you with the best customer service for your boiler and burner needs. On behalf of our team, we want to wish you and your team the best of luck at this year's 85th Annual NBC World Series. And welcome to Wichita!
Right.
Working on his landing spot a little bit. That's happened to him 2 or 3 times where he's hit it well in front of the plate.
And here's Milner's pitch. That one popped up into center field. Center fielder now having to come in hard. That's Kane making the catch for out number 1. He kind of might have lost it up there. You can see how cloudy it is up there now. And he kind of paused and then all of a sudden came in hard, but then finally knew that he had enough time to get underneath it and made the catch for the first out. That's going to bring up the catcher, number 28, Kennedy Badgett. Badgett here tonight.
He's 1 for 3. Singled in the 3rd for his only at bat, tripped on base, excuse me, and stranded at 2nd.
He does have 2 RBIs as he had that big single in the 3rd inning. That ball hit to the 3rd baseman. Nice scoop there by Minnick. Goes across to first for out number 2. Minnick had to go to his left and scoop it up off the ground and had to turn his back to first baseman, but came around and threw a strike over to first base for the 2nd out.
Terrific play there that time by Minnick. Minnick's a good athlete, good player. Good. He was, does a nice job catching. He does a really nice job at the plate as well.
So now batting for the Cyclones, second baseman number 6, Jake Hayes.
Not to mention Minnick's from Leon, Kansas.
Small little town, isn't it?
Very small.
I believe not very many blocks in that town.
Probably no stoplights, I'm guessing.
That's the way I'm doing too. Drove by there. There's a hard hit shot down the left field line. That's going to be in for extra bases as Hayes rounds first base and now will pull up at second base. So a double by Jake Hayes, and as he records his 2nd hit of the ball game.
Stand up double, and with 2 away, runner in scoring position for the Colorado Cyclone.
That'll bring up the center fielder number 10, Matt Burkhardt.
In case you just joined us, it's 6-2, or if you joined us earlier, it's still 6-2. Cyclones with the lead.
As Burkhardt is trying to get another run across here. As Hayes just hit. There goes Hayes to third base. A swing and a miss there, and then they're going to get him out. No, they called him safe. They called him safe. He must have just tagged him up in the chest area, but he got that hand in before he was tagged. But here comes the coach for the Kansas Canons to argue that call, or just question the call, I should say.
Well, the throw was there in plenty of time, but what I think I saw was that he reached his arm around toward the outfield side, and the tag was kind of made, like you said, right on his chest, and I think the hand got in first.
Yeah, I think the right hand did get across there on the bag, and that's kind of what I saw too. So I'm going to say the umpire's right there on top of it.
Yep.
So it was a great call. If you're a Colorado Cyclone fan.
Well, and head coach
but it is the correct call, I believe.
Yep. Head coach Tom Sleva didn't spend a lot of time out there. He just, I think maybe what'd you see, and then headed back to the dugout.
Very, very aggressive team here, the Colorado Cyclones. Swing and a miss there by Burkhart, and the count goes to no balls, 2 strikes, as we have 2 down and a runner on third base. 6-2 in favor of the Cyclones here in the bottom half of the 5th.
A lot of pressure on Gar to make sure this doesn't get away from him, especially since Milner's had a tendency to bounce the ball up there.
That one missing outside, 82 miles an hour. So that takes the count now to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Burkhart, a pretty good sized kid. I don't know what his numbers are, but is this the 6'5"? No, that was Gifford.
215, 6'1", 215.
Okay. Strike 3 for out number 3. So no runs here in the bottom half of the 5th. At the end of 5, it is the Cyclones 6 and the Cannons 2. And you're listening to 93.9 KGSO.
Jesse,
what is the magic of Cholita's?
I believe it's been our consistency. We've been able to on new
provide a
Bobcat
quality
excavators, or
product
take
by
advantage of
making our
0%
food fresh
financing for
daily.
48 months
Our
with
cooks come
approved
in
credit,
they
and
start
we'll
with
give
the
you up to
sauces, the
$8,000
chips.
back.
We
Don't
make
miss these
everything
limited
good.
time offers
We
with
have
cash
really
back and
good
0%
customer
financing.
service.
Stop
It's
by
just
your local
overall
White Star or call
quality. Open 6 days a week from 11 a.m. to 9
today.
p.m. Cholita's Mexican Restaurant inside Westlink Shopping Center at Central and Tyler.
And we're back here once again at the Eck. Great night for baseball out here. That's the NBC tournament. Larry Black here along with Frank Martinez, and we have a terrific ball game so far tonight. 6-2, the Cyclones from Colorado lead the Kansas Canons. They're doing the little, they have the big, huge inflatable rubber balls around the kids, and they run a few yards into each other, slam into each other, and whoever falls down first is the one who loses. And so that's something the crowd has enjoyed just about between every inning here. The Kansas Cannons will be at the plate, and they will start off with their number 2 man, Nate Crossman. Crossman plays left field. He's going to be followed by Cooper Minnick and then Kyle Gara. Those are the first 3 hitters up here in this inning. Facing Colorado Cyclones pitcher Mossberg, JT Mossberg to be exact. And Crossman, strikeout victim, caught looking his last time up. Fly out in the first. Here comes the pitch, and it's going to be outside. 1-0. Ready to jump in here, Frank? Or you...
No, you got it. You
All
got
right.
it this time.
All righty.
We're in the top half of the 6th.
And here comes the pitch. It's outside and low, and it's 2-0. I don't even know what day it is, let alone what inning it is.
Well,
so.
I wasn't even going to mention that.
Oh, I'm sure my wife will mention it when I get home. Here comes the pitch, and it's a shot into left field past the diving third baseman, and it'll be a single for Nate Crossman.
A great effort there by Popham as he dove for that. Almost got it. Almost sounded like he nicked it a little bit, but that was a well hit there by Crossman at the third base side.
Brings up Cooper Minnick. Minnick is 0 for 1 with a walk. Did come around to score in the 4th inning.
By the way, you just mentioned wife. I'm going to mention my wife. Her name is Darlene Martinez, and I really appreciate her allowing me to be here all these nights. I mean, there's many nights I've been getting home at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and I know we have 2 big St. Bernards, and she's been having to care for them, and they're just a handful. And I'm sure you probably want to mention your wife.
Absolutely, it's great to have support. Here comes it's 0-1. Here comes the pitch. There's a runner going to second. The throw is in time, and they got him. So Crossman trying to stretch that with a stolen base, and he's going to be thrown out 2-4. Catcher to the second baseman. So that erases the base runner. Boy, just a great throw from Badge. He put it right on the money.
That was right on the money. The Crossman just slid right into that glove, and a great tag there by Chase, and a great toss there by Badgett.
2-1 the count, 1 away. We are in the 6th. This pitch is low, and it's 3-1. I don't think that we've seen very many walks so far from Mossberg. Just one. So I'm sure he'd like to stay out of that with a 4-run lead. He has a really odd throwing motion. He throws across his body, kind of a 3/4 arm slot, but it sure is hard to pick up.
Well, Mossberg actually so far he's gone 5 1/3 innings. Go ahead.
It's going to be a drifting fly ball into center field, and it'll be taken by the center fielder Burkhart for the second out of the inning.
Okay, Mossberg so far now has gone 5 2/3 innings, has given up 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, no base on balls, and 2 strikeouts as he has faced 21 batters.
Kyle Cora steps to the plate. He's the catcher. He is 0 for 2, caught looking back in the 4th. Ground out in the 2nd. Just a gorgeous night. I tell you, there's just nothing like being at the ballpark on a beautiful evening like this. There's just no place I'd rather be. Outside, ball 1. Count evens out 1-1.
By the way, Larry's wife, I threw him a big old fast softball, and he never mentioned her name. I just want her to know that I threw him a big softball. All he had to do was maybe.
I didn't want to seem like I was just like following up on you there. You know what time I start talking, and then they're going to get the last out of the inning. See, and then I wouldn't have any time to finish it. So we will take up the rest of that story in the bottom half of the 6th inning. We go to the bottom of the 6th, 6-2 Cyclones. You're listening to the NBC World Series on KGSO.
This is the sound of Heather breathing in that new car smell, coming from her new car. Allstate knows there's nothing like it in the world, which is why they offer new car replacement. If your car is totaled and is less than 2 years old, Allstate will replace it. Are you in good hands?
Get a quick, personalized insurance quote from Allstate Insurance Agent John Emmett in Wichita. Call 691-8555.
Myers Exterior Products. Hey, honey, did you hear that? These new windows from Myers Exterior Products are so easy to clean, even I can do it. Honey. Oh, are you okay?
This could happen to you if you got new windows from Myers Exterior Products. Call Doug at 944-1024. Doug can't guarantee your spouse will faint when you clean the windows, but he can guarantee his work.
Call 944-1024. Call 944-1024.
Back here once again, Larry Black along with Frank Martinez at the ECK for the NBC World Series. All right, so my wife's name is Terry, and I got to tell you, I did about 20 years of radio in Norton, Kansas, little town in northwest Kansas, and she loves sports as much as I do. She was kept statistics for me for every high school football game, high school basketball game, and baseball game that we did, and she thought I was done talking about her on the radio.
Oh, okay.
But I'm going to tell her that Frank's making me talk about her on the radio.
Well, like I say, we couldn't do it without their support and their understanding. So this is what we love to do, you know, and so we do want to thank them, though.
Oh, absolutely, and I appreciate her a bunch. And she's home, her and the cat, keeping things under control while Frank and I are here calling some baseball today. All right, so here come the Colorado Cyclones. Jason Ajamian up to the plate again. Ajamian again, as we've said before, with that big 3-run homer. Shot to left field back in the 1st inning, which started out this offensive juggernaut kind of, and he hits this one hard again. It's going to be right up the middle for a base hit. So single to center, and once again, the Colorado Cyclones have a runner on base.
So now J-Man goes 2 for 3 here tonight.
That brings to the plate Dakota Popham. Popham is 0 for 3. A couple of fly balls and a strikeout, so looking to get his first hit of the night. Dakota Popham is from Colorado Springs, Colorado. CSU out of Pueblo is his college. And the first pitch is in for a strike. 0-1. If he gets on, well, whether he gets on or not, Gavin Gifford is next, and then Wyatt Featherston if anybody reaches base here. Nobody out. In a 6-2 ball game. Here comes the pitch, and it's right down the middle for a strike. Milner's settled in pretty well. He's struggled early when he came in, but kind of settled down the last couple of innings.
Yeah, and he's doing a good job keeping the ball game close.
Well, at this point, it's all you can ask. Keep him in it and hope your guys can get some runs. Throw over to first base, more just getting his attention than anything else, not a particularly serious move. It's 0-2.
Well, we're in the bottom half of the 6th inning here, and the scoreboard operator's already got no runs in the bottom half of the 7th. So.
I have a hard enough time keeping track of what inning it is, and now they've got 0 up in the 7th inning, and we're only playing the 6th. Help me! All right, that's a ball 1-2 to Dakota Popham. Would be fitting if he hits a Popham up. That was bad. Bounced it in front of the plate, but a nice job to keep it in front of him.
That's Scara.
Yep. Scarra's done a nice job back there. Certainly had some difficult pitches to deal with at times. And out of the stretch, pretty decent lead over there. High, 74 miles an hour. Tried to take something off of it, I think, and left it way up in the zone, and now he's gone from 0-2. The count now 3-2.
Yeah, he didn't have very good delivery on that one. That one just hung up there, and he did try to take something off it, but never did come down.
Yeah, didn't finish his pitching motion.
Right.
So let's see what happens on the 3-2 pitch. It's outside and a base on balls. So runners at first and second now with nobody out, and it brings up Gavin Gifford, the designated hitter. Gifford has 2 walks and reached on a fielder's choice, so he doesn't have an official at-bat yet tonight.
Well, I think Gifford's 1 for 1. He had a base hit in the 3rd inning.
You're right.
Yeah,
he was erased on a fielder's choice. Yep. Thanks, Frank.
Yep. Looks like here comes the coach for the Kansas Canons. There is a couple guys warming up, and looks like one of them's headed this way.
Tom Sleva comes out to the mound, and he's going to have a word with his left-hander, and they've just signaled for the right-hander out in the pen. So I'll tell you what, we'll take a break here, Frank, and we'll get the statistics on our new pitcher when we come back right after this. It's 6-2, Colorado.
For all the reasons you ride, it's Heartland Bicycle in the heart of Old Town at 111 North Mosley. Heartland Bicycle has just about anything a person could need. Any accessory imaginable. Lights, locks, helmets, gloves, clothing, air pumps. And with gift certificates in any amount with no expiration date, a gift certificate from Heartland Bicycle is guaranteed to fit every rider. Heartland Bicycle at 111 North Mosley in Old Town. Learn more online at heartlandbike.com.
When it comes to service, repair, or installing a new train, air conditioner, or furnace, nobody's better than Moody Heating and Air Conditioning, an independent train comfort specialist. So it just makes sense to become a Moody priority customer and enjoy great benefits like 10% off all service repairs, no overtime fees, faster response time, and much more. Becoming a priority customer at Moody Heating and Air Conditioning? Smart. Call 262-7444. That's 262-7444 today.
Back here again at the Eck. Frank, let's talk about this new pitcher.
Well, the new pitcher is number 28, Reagan McLeod. He is from Newton, Kansas. He's a 6-foot, 180-pounder, and he's a senior out of Tabor College. Right-handed thrower for the Kansas Canons.
First person we've seen in there from Tabor College. He comes in trailing 6-2 with runners on first and second. Both of those runs are the responsibility of Cody Milner. And let's see if this young man can get him out of the jam they're in. Reagan McLeod, nobody out with runners on.
Be runner on at first and second with no outs, and see what coach for the Colorado Cyclones, whether you got a big kid up there in Gifford, and you wouldn't think that he would be laying down a bump, but 6'5", 265 pounder, I believe it is.
Yep. He looks like he could hit it over onto 21st Street. Left-handed batter facing a right-handed pitcher. McLeod out of the stretch, and here we go after the pitching change. Checks out the runner at second. And here comes the pitch. Inside, ball one.
You do got the corners in just a little bit as the first baseman playing in the grass area. Third baseman now backing up, but
and pretty close to the line on both sides. Don't want to give up anything in the corners. This is going to be hit to the second baseman. Nice stop, knocks it down, can't get it under control, throws to first base in time to get Gifford.
That was Opolka doing a great job there for the Kansas Canons as he moved into the hole, knocked her down. Thought he might be able to get a play at second, but realized that he didn't have enough time, and he hustled up and threw it over to first base and got Gifford at first base for the first out.
That was a line shot from Gifford. He didn't have a great lot of time, did Opolka, and so couldn't quite control it on the sliding stop. So no chance at second, but was able to get the out at first. Now the first pitch to Wyatt Featherston is fouled back and to the right, out of play, 0-1. Runners in scoring position. You got the Jamian at third base, and you got Popham at second base, and already a 4-run lead. McLeod's pitch takes something off of it. Curveball outside at 67 miles an hour. That evens the count out at 1-1.
And Featherston, he's 2 for 3 here tonight.
And here comes the 1-1 pitch. This is going to be low and away. 2-1. Canons pitchers have thrown a lot of pitches here tonight. We just haven't seen very many short counts with the Cyclones at the plate. Here comes the pitch. Gets away. That's going to score a run. Nope. Bounced real hard off the backstop. So, boy, did they ever catch a break there, did the Canons. That bounced right back to Gora. Jamian was already halfway to home plate, and he had to hurry up and put on the brakes and head back to third because that thing came back hard.
Well, you think of Jamian, he was halfway there, but the base runner at second base, Popham, was almost 3/4 of the way, and he had to hustle back. I thought they were going to get caught.
Here comes a pitch. It's going to be outside, and it's a walk. So now the bases are loaded. And no place to put Jade Smoot. Smoot with a walk and a couple of, a line out and a foul ball fly out to the catcher. Smoot steps to the plate, left-handed batter, and like we said, no place to put him. Here comes a pitch inside, gets away. Here comes a runner from third base. He's going to get in standing up. Everybody else moves forward, and it's 7-2.
That ball hit Gar's glove and popped out, and he had no idea where it was at. He kind of stood like trying to get focused exactly where that ball was as it went clear back to the netting area. And like you say, runner does score. A Jamian from third base, and Papa moves to third, and Featherston to second base.
Ruled a wild pitch as we expected. And here comes the pitch. Fouled back. That evens it out at 1-1. Runners still in scoring position.
By the way, that does take that score to 7-2 now.
So 5-run lead for Colorado, and they're trying to add more with only one out here in the 6th. Change of pace.
That's 64 mile an hour.
Yep, slow curveball, but stayed outside, and it's 2-1. Well, both of these teams will move on in the tournament. They've each clinched a spot. So not as pressure-filled as it might be. This one's popped back toward us. Down below. I heard it hit a seat. And it's 2-2. Smoot the batter. Colton Chase will be next. Jade Smoot is from Linden, Utah. Goes to William Jewell College. Nice to see some kids from some of these smaller Kansas colleges out here.
Yeah, and Smoot went down swinging there as you were looking up that stat on him. So now there's 2 down here in the bottom half of the 6th inning.
Thanks, Frank. That brings up Colton Chase. Chase singled and scored and stole a base back in the 2nd. That's the only time he's reached base. And here comes the first pitch. McLeod. That stays low and away. And it's 1-0. McLeod, who came in this inning trying to strand these 2 runners and hold this damage right where it is here with just 1 run in the inning. Nice stop by Gora as he kept it in front of him. Didn't really corral it, but was able to have it bounce off his chest protector forward and scooped it up real quick. Keeps everybody where they are. And the 2-0 delivery. Outside and low, another nice backhanded stop by Gora.
I was going to ask you whether you've seen enough teams now to predict a winner for the tournament.
Well, I've been really impressed with the Foresters. I've seen them a couple of times, and they really impressed me.
Yeah, of course, they're the defending champions.
I mean, you know, just from what I've seen, that feels like the best team I've seen out there.
And that one missing outside.
Putting me on the spot there, aren't you?
Well, I just wondered, you know, we've seen a lot of games, and I'm not exactly sure who all you have seen, but I like the Cheney Diamond Dogs. I tell you what, they really hit the ball well and play good defense, and I predict them or the Studs and the Foresters to make a good run here this last couple days.
Yeah, one of the first games I did with Anthony last week, I got a chance to see Cheney, but it's been a while, and yeah, a very aggressive hitting ball club.
Yeah.
They're really fun to watch.
Well, you can tell the difference between a great ball club and a good ball club just by they're so much crisper.
Yep.
Whether it's playing defense or the way the sound of the bat when they make contact, you know, it's just different.
Well, I think it was the Foresters that brought in a pitcher late in that game that was throwing 97 miles an hour.
I saw that. I just happened to see that he was really throwing hard and had great control.
Yep. Badgett fouls one back. That evens the count at 1-1. Now takes a strike or swings through a strike, and it's 1-2. Bases are loaded. Kennedy Badgett, this will be his 5th time at the plate. He's got a single in 4 at-bats. McLeod trying to keep the damage right where it is. This pitch just misses inside at 85 miles an hour, and it's 2-2.
Well, he doesn't got anywhere to put him, does he?
Not at all.
So he's going to need to throw a strike here. And
with this good hitting lineup, though, you groove one, and you might be looking at whole bunch of runs. Misses this one quite a ways outside, and so that makes the count full at 3-2. And like Frank just said, no place to put Kennedy Badgett, so he can look for a pitch in a spot here. And here's the delivery. He reaches out and hits ball 4 into right field, and that's going to end the inning. Looked to me like it was going to be ball 4 anyway. I don't know.
Yeah.
We don't have the greatest angle, but that's going to do it for the 6th inning, where it's 7-2. Cyclones with the lead. You're listening to the NBC World Series on KGSO.
Just because it might be a slow time of year for sports, it doesn't mean it's a slow time of year for all the fun at Champs Bar and Grill on South Seneca. Hey, it's Doug Downs from the Game Plan, and when I want to kick back, watch some sports on TV, enjoy some delicious food like a cheeseburger, pizza, quesadillas, I find myself at Champs Bar and Grill. Don't forget also, happy hour takes place every Monday through Friday from 4 to 7. And if you're like me and love to be outside, then Champs has it covered with an outdoor patio area complete with horseshoe pits, fire pit, picnic tables. There's always something going on at Champs Bar and Grill. Find them online at Champs ICT.
The Laundry Station, Wichita's premier laundry services provider just off Kellogg and Oliver, is pleased to announce the addition of dry cleaning and laundering pressing to the vast array of services offered. Prom dresses, business suits, comforters, and wedding dresses cleaned and preserved. And have anything that looks better pressed, laundered, and pressed from the Laundry Station. Fast turnaround, competitive pricing, and excellent service on quality dry cleaning and laundered pressed items. The Laundry Station.
And we welcome you back here to X Stadium for the 85th National Baseball Congress World Series, powered by Westar Energy. Frank Martinez joined along by Larry Black. Taking a night off tonight is Anthony Gorgeous, also Todd Hook. We go to the top half of the seventh inning. The score is 7-2 in favor of the Colorado Cyclones. Up for the Canons will be the first baseman, number 9, Hunter Lemunyon. First pitch is strike one to Lemunyon. That was a 87 mile an hour. Here's the pitch. Missing for ball one. That one at 69 miles an hour. As Mossberg's back up to that ball, hit down the line. It's going to be a fair ball as Popham reached to his left as he dove for that right down the line, and in with a double is Hunter Lemunyon as he gets things started for the Kansas Canons here in the top half of the fifth inning. A double right down the line that Popham dove for but was not able to get to it. So Lemunyon's on with a double as he records his second hit of the ball game as he now goes 2 for 3 here tonight. That will bring up the designated hitter, number 12, Jordan Knox. So Knox will be up there with a runner at second base and no outs as we're in the top half of the seventh inning. Mossberg's pitch is called strike one. It has the 80th pitch by Mossberg here in the ball game. 52 strikes and 28 balls. That one in for a ball one, so the count will even up at 1-1. Larry, you just left for a second and you missed a great play there. Mossman hit a line shot right down the line at third base, and Popham dove for it, almost got to it, but it was out in the in fair territory, and Lemunyon is in with a double to start off this seventh inning.
The good thing is they've got you on in the boys' room, so I heard the whole thing.
Oh,
you
you
did a
heard
great
it.
job on the call.
Oh, thank you. All right, 2 balls, 1 strike now to Jordan Knox. And stepping off is J.T. Mossberg.
Knox singled and came around to score back in the second inning.
Then he flew out to the center fielder in the fourth. That one missing for ball 3. First base is empty.
First real struggles we've seen from Mossberg. He's been pretty solid throughout most of this game.
Yeah, he had a 1-2-3 inning in the first and in the third and in the fifth. So he likes those odd numbers. But here in the seventh, Lemunyon got it started with a double. So the count is 3 balls, 1 strike now to Jordan Knox with no outs and a runner at second base. Fouled off there by Knox. So that would take the count now to full at 3-2.
Just barely caught it up on the fists and got it back to the screen.
So J.T. Mossberg Trying to get it out here. And a swing and a miss there by Jordan Knox as he goes down for out number 1 here in the top half of the 7th inning. That will bring up the right fielder, number 22, Kristen Slater.
Unproductive out there with a chance to move the runner over to third base. Couldn't advance him and goes down swinging.
And Slater is 1 for 2 here tonight as he got a base hit in the 2nd inning, was left stranded at first base, and then grounded out to the second baseman in the 4th inning. That first pitch is strike 1 to Slater. As the count goes, no balls, 1 strike. Still a runner at second base with 1 down. The score 7-2 in favor of the Colorado Cyclones over the Kansas Canons. That one fouled off by Slater. And the Kansas Canons are running out of innings. They need base runners. They started off great here, Larry, here in the top half of the 7th inning.
Yeah, that leadoff double puts you in a position to be able to cut into this lead, but got to do something with it.
And here's the pitch. And missing outside, a 79-mile-an-hour fastball. So the count goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Slater.
They've got a really good opening here, and you know you're kind of running out of innings, so be a good time to make something happen.
It looks like the left fielder's playing back a little bit, and you can kind of see a gap between the center fielder and left fielder. So we'll see whether Slater sees that or not, and if he can get it in that position.
Yeah, Burkhardt in center pretty shallow, Featherston in left pretty deep. And again, guarding the line, kind of, not really guarding the line, but closer to the line. And left is Featherston.
So the count goes 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Kristen Slater, who's the right fielder for the Kansas Canons here this evening. Ball is fouled to the right-hand side. That's going to be out of play. So we're reset at 2 balls, 2 strikes, as we do have 1 down here in the top half of the 7th inning. We've got another great game coming up between the San Diego, California Waves and the Seattle, Washington Studs. That ought to be a good game. Both teams coming in with a 1-1 record. There's a base hit to the shortstop. Shortstop Chase moves to his right, goes down, knocks it down, and comes up with it, but not able to go anywhere with it. So Slater will be on with a base hit. He'll be at first base, and moving over on the play was Hunter LeMunyon to third base. So now we'll have runners at the corners with 1 down, and that'll bring up the second baseman, number 2, Chris Opolka.
Great job just to knock it down by Chase, because that was drilled, and I thought it was going to get through to left field.
Yeah, if it would have got through, you definitely would have scored a run. That ball hit to the shortstop. A run is going to score this time, and a good scoop there by Jamian, correction.
Yeah, that's a couple of times that he's made terrific scoops over there at first base to save that thing going into the dugout. So the runner advances. The old Slater moves on to second.
A 6-3 put out for the second out. Like you said, Slater moves to second base, but a run does score. Now takes the score to 7-3.
They had it 7-3 before, and now they moved it up to 7-4. It's 7-3 is the score.
That one fouled off to the left-hand side. I'm not even going to look up at the board anymore. I'm just going to look down at my paper. And
at least they are putting numbers on innings that are ahead of us. That really messes me up.
Yeah, that's. I've always was taught that you never put anything down, because then you know that it's the bottom half or the top half, and when you put a number down, that means it's the top half. So that one missing for ball. So the count will go to 1 ball, 1 strike now to Josh Norland, the shortstop for the Kansas Canons. There is a runner on at second base with 2 down, and the score now 7-3. See, now I'm questioning my scorecard.
Burkhardt not showing a great lot of respect in center for Norland. He's almost up to the shocker where he's playing, just about halfway. Pretty deep. I mean, pretty shallow.
Count is 1 ball, 1 strike. And here's the pitch. That one also fouled off. Got a right-handed batter against a right-handed pitcher against a left-handed batter.
See that?
Say that 3 times.
Not even going to try. There's a new dent in that roof over there after that one hit pretty hard.
Well, they're going to have to replace that.
If they're going to replace all those, they're going to spend a lot of time replacing metal.
Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. That one fouled off, and there's going to be
another dent.
Another dent into the.
Oh, he didn't make it.
Missed, just missed it. I thought I was for sure I was going to hear that one. I can't see from my angle, but you can see it. I did hear it. So the count stays at 1 ball, 2 strikes. That's going to be quite a locker room for him. There's a swing and a miss there by Norland. He goes down swinging. So at the end of 6.5, it is the Canons. Correction, the Cyclones 7 and the Canons 3. You listen to 93.9 KGSO.
Whatever your business, count on EMC Insurance, because our business is protecting your business. EMC Insurance Companies has the knowledge and expertise to provide you with the right insurance coverage options. And when you insure your business with EMC, you receive the added value of our free loss control services, no matter the size of your company. Contact your local independent insurance agent and ask about insurance from EMC. In Wichita, call Chapel Insurance Group at 682-7770.
The Pro Z Series zero-turn mowers from Cub Cadet don't pull punches, they pack them. Featuring maintenance-free spindles, air-ride suspension seats, and the only 777-gauge steel deck in the industry. Designed after tens of thousands of hours by testing by pro landscapers, the Pro Z Series mowers are pro-tested and pro-approved. Visit your local Cub Cadet dealer and demo the new Pro Z Series. For expert advice, superior service, and exceptional offers, visit Trailers and More at 433 North Mays Road, 1.5 miles north of Kellogg in Wichita today.
Great job on the national anthem, or excuse me, on the Home Sweet Home, God Bless America. I knew
God
I
bless
could
America.
get,
That's
I knew
exactly
I'd get
right.
there
God bless
eventually.
America. Doesn't matter whether you're a Democrat or Republican. You should be proud that you are an American. All right, we go to the bottom half of the 7th inning, as the score is the Colorado Cyclones 7 and the Kansas Canons 3. Leading off in the 7th inning. Actually, they're going to probably take a little bit of time here because of the singing of God Bless America, and they usually do the 7th inning stretch. Apparently, they're doing it now.
Yeah, I think they're playing on the harmonica again.
Yeah, it's Hall of Famer Michael Dean usually plays "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" in the 7th inning stretch, and I see him over there playing his tune as everybody was up stretching out. So we're about ready to go here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. And leading off for the Colorado Cyclones will be the leadoff hitter, the catcher number 28, Kennedy Badgett. Well, actually, that doesn't look like Badgett.
No, Badgett made the last out.
Okay, he did make the last out. Okay, my bad. It would be second baseman number 6, Jake Hayes.
Hayes stands in. Left-handed batter. Here comes the pitch. It catches the outside corner, and that's strike one.
You got to call this inning, right?
Yep, I got it.
All right.
I was just trying to pick up, make sure we got the same pitcher out there for the Kansas Cannons.
It is number 20. It is number 28. It is the same pitcher. It is McLeod.
Gotcha. Thank you. My eyes were deceiving me again. Here comes the pitch. This one's going to catch the outside corner. What a great curveball. That started out 1.5 feet outside, seemed like anyway from here, and broke over the corner, and that there was nothing Hayes could do about that. He just had to stand and watch.
Yeah, I had him fooled, and then that was a great pitch there by McLeod.
All right, Matt Burkhart, the batter. Burkhart, the center fielder, struck out his last 2 times up. He did walk and score in the first, but he is 0 for 3. First pitch in there for a strike. The wind, and here comes the 0-1 pitch, and it's low. And our count's even at 1 apiece. The shortstop, Norland, back on the grass, playing pretty deep against Burkhart. Second baseman, Opolka, also back on the grass. Count 2-1. Another slow curveball that breaks over the heart of the plate at 67 miles an hour, and that evens the count out at 2-2. like the command that he's showing.
Yeah, he's doing. He's really taking control and doing a good job.
That one's another curveball that slides away outside, and the count is full. The stretch and the pitch took something off that 66 miles an hour, and the straight change. Strike two or strike three, 2 strikeouts on the inning for McLeod. That'll bring to the plate Jason Ajamian again. Ajamian will be up for the 5th time. He's got a homer, a walk, a ground out, and a single. He's scored 2 runs and driven in 4 with that grand slam home run back in the 1st.
Actually, that was a 3-run shot. Yes, sir.
Right. I never was a math major. Curveball stays inside, and the count 2-0. People are listening to this broadcast are well, what exactly did you major in? You don't know what day it is. You're not really sure what the score is. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. 66-mile-an-hour curveball outside, and it's 3-0. Ajamian up there, the first baseman. He's made some terrific plays at first base. Some scoops that would have been very easy to get past him and head on into the dugout, but he scooped him up nicely and made it count. So a ball 4 sends Ajamian to first base with a walk, his 2nd of the game. And it brings to the plate Dakota Popham, the 3rd baseman. Popham also has played really well defensively at third base.
Yeah, with that walk, Ajamian has been on the base path 4 out of 5 times here tonight.
Popham is 0 for 3 with a walk. Stranded at third base his last time up after he walked and advanced. Fouled off to the left side, and it's 0-1. 2 away here in the 7th, bottom half of the 7th inning in a 7-3 ball game. Colorado with the lead. Trying to get some more insurance here. Nice slow curveball again, 65 miles an hour, and has him out in front of it, and Popham is down in the count 0-2.
Well, that curveball is very consistent. Last time it was at 66 miles an hour, and this time 65.
It's got really good bite on it too. Yeah. Covers a lot of ground. Way outside, and a great job by Gora. He had to scramble to his right to make sure and keep that one from going back to the screen and letting the runner advance. So it's 1-2. Runner on first base, Ajamian. Short lead. Don't expect that we'll see him go unless something unusual happens. And there's a strikeout. Dakota Popham goes down on strike, so a nice inning by McLeod. And we will go to the bottom half of the 7th inning with our score 7-3. Cyclones, you are listening to the NBC World Series on KGSO.
A DUI can literally stop a person and their vehicle in its tracks. If you know someone who's gotten a nudge from the judge and their vehicle can't budge without an ignition interlock device, the next right move is Just Right Auto Repair. Just Right Auto Repair at 4312 West Central is Wichita's Intoxilock Ignition Interlock Installation Specialist. Intoxilock is the preferred device of choice among customers and monitoring authorities. Make your vehicle just right in the Quartz site. Just Right Auto Repair, your Intoxilock Ignition Interlock Installation Specialist.
Myers Exterior Products. Hey, honey, did you hear that? These new windows from Myers Exterior Products are so easy to clean, even I can do it. Honey. Oh, are you okay?
This could happen to you if you got new windows from Myers Exterior Products. Call Doug at 944-1024. Doug can't guarantee your spouse will faint when you clean the windows, but he can guarantee his work.
Call 944-1024. Call 944-1024.
Welcome back to the X. Larry Black here along with Frank Martinez, and we are going to the top half of the 8th inning. I checked with Frank to make sure I had the inning right, and now I'm going to turn it over to the one and only Frank Martinez.
All right, we go to the top half of the 8th inning. The score is 7-3 in favor of the Colorado Cyclones. And the way the scoring has gone so far tonight, the Colorado Cyclones scored 3 runs in the bottom half of the 1st inning. The Kansas Cannons came back and scored 1 run in the top half of the second, and then the Cyclones scored 1 run in the bottom half of the second to make it 4-1 until the third inning, when the Cyclones scored 2 more runs to make it 6-1, and then the Cannons scored 1 run in the top half of the fourth to make it 6-2. We're in the bottom half of the sixth. Cyclones scored another run, make it 7-2. And then Cannons scored 1 more run in the top half of the seventh as they make it now 7-3.
Kane bunts for a hit. The pitcher tries to field it and throw him out. Throws it into right field, Frank, and safe in at second base is Thomas Kane.
So a bunt single. Is that correct?
Bunt single and an error. Yep, E1.
Okay, and an error.
And a hit.
So we have a base hit there by Gifford and an error that will bring up the left fielder, number 25. Oh, wait a minute. I'm on the wrong side here. Okay, now we got Norland up there. Now we're even. That's going to bring up the center fielder, number 4, Thomas Kane.
I think that's Crossman, Frank. I think Norland made the last out of the last inning. Kane's on second, so I think we got Crossman at the plate.
Okay.
Looks like a number 1 to me.
It is a number 1.
All right.
These numbers are so hard to see, I tell you. But anyway, it is number 1. It is Crossman up there. Crossman lays down another bump, but they do get him out. A great play there by Popham. But moving over to third base will be Kane.
Ooh, that was a close play at first.
It was very close.
Crossman showing some speed, getting down the line, almost beat it out.
So it is a 5-3 put out for out number 1. That will bring up the third baseman, number 10, Cooper Minnick. Are you in agreement there, Larry?
I think so. I don't know. It's almost my bedtime, isn't it?
That's right.
Old
All right.
people go to bed early.
We have 1 down, 1 runner on at third base. The count is 1 ball, no strikes now to Cooper Minnick. I am correct on the score, 7-3 in favor of the Colorado Cyclones. Here's the pitch. That one missed. Called strike 1 as it hits the inside corner.
I think we got to stop umpiring because I saw that as inside also.
Yeah, I from my angle, I had her inside, but I'm not the umpire, so that one missing outside. So that will take the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. But the scoreboard shows 1 ball and no strikes.
Badgett just saved a run right there. That thing was in the dirt and away, and Badgett had to scramble to keep in front of it.
So 2-1 to count. Here's the pitch. That one hits Minnick as he will be going over to first base now as a hit batsman. Once again, we'll have runners at first and third with 1 down. And that will bring up the catcher, number 23, Kyle Gora.
Do we have the beginnings of a rally here for Kansas Cannons?
Well, they definitely need to do something because they're running out of innings here, being down 7-4 here in the top half of the 8th inning. So they got a chance.
Kyle Gara's at the plate. The
Ball 1 there to Gora. And by the way, there is a new pitcher now in, number 31. I'll give you the numbers on Mossman while you look up to see who 31 is.
Brody Burris out of Denver City, Texas, 6'2", 205.
Okay. The numbers on Mossman, he went 7 innings, gave up 6 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned runs, 4 strikeouts as he faced 27 batters. We have a safe there at second base. A run scores from third.
Kind of a high grounder to third base. They threw to second, got the out there, couldn't complete the double play, and a run scored.
I wonder how come the umpire was going safe then. He was doing this at second base, but he is out at second.
We've seen some strange things tonight. All right, so fielder's choice there.
Usually when an umpire goes from side to side, that means safe, but it is an out. Okay, a run scores, now takes the score to 7-4.
2 away. There also is workout in the bullpen for Colorado. Warming up is Trevor Sutton, another right-hander from Long Beach.
Hunter Lemunyon up now for the Kansas Canons. That one popped up. It's going to go to the right fielder. And the right fielder, Snoop, makes the catch for out number 3. So at the end of 7.5 innings of play,
From the sea, come to you. I heard the laughing. Come from the sea, come to you. I'm someone like you. Na 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 na. I'm going to Wichita. I'm going to Wichita. I'm going to Wichita. And I'm going to Wichita.
Learn more at visitwichita.com.
And my wife. Front industry, we feel like we're locally owned. We're going to see you guys wherever we go shopping. You guys are going to see us, and it's important that we bring you a good product because we take pride in what we do.
Cholita's Mexican Restaurant, Westlink Shopping Center, Central and Tyler. Open Monday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m.
and we welcome you back to X Stadium for the 85th National Baseball Congress World Series, powered by Westar Energy. Frank Martinez joined along by Larry Black here this evening as we go to the bottom half of the 8th inning. The score, the Colorado Cyclones 7 and the Kansas Canons 4. Leading off for the Cyclones will be the designated hitter number 34, Gavin Gifford. First pitch to Gifford at 82 miles an hour, missing for ball 1, as Reagan McLeod is still on the mound for the Cannons. So far he has gone 2 innings, no hits, no runs, no errors, and 3 base on balls, and has 4 strikeouts as he has faced 9 batters. Count now goes to 2 balls, 1 strike now to Gifford. As we're in the bottom half of the 8th inning. The ball is fouled off to the left side here.
Up and over the press box.
Now you don't see very many of those. The way the stadium is built, you don't see very many out in the parking area, which is a good thing if you park close by. Ball hit the right-hand side. Second baseman Opoka moves to his left, goes to Lemunyon for out number 1. So a 4-3 put out for the first out, and that will bring up the left fielder, number 25, Wyatt Featherstone. Featherstone here this evening has 2 hits. He's 2 for 3 as he has a single in the first, single in the fourth.
Been on base all 4 times, hasn't he?
Yes, he has. So he reached on a fielder's choice in the third, and then a walk in the 6th inning. Count goes to 1 ball, 1 strike now to Featherstone.
Another pretty curveball by McLeod.
And here's the pitch. That one, an 84-mile-an-hour fastball missing outside. So that will take the count now to 2 balls and 1 strike.
Seems to have better control of his curveball than he does his fastball, because he really has thrown some nice curveballs.
And here's the pitch. That one just missing inside, so that will take the count to 3 balls, 1 strike. So tonight so far for the Kansas Canons, 4 runs on 7 hits, 1 error. And for the Colorado Cyclones, 7 runs on 9 hits and 1 error. That one missing for ball 4 low. So Featherstone will be on at first base with a walk as he's on for the 5th time here tonight in the ball game. That'll bring up the right fielder, number 26, Jake Smoot.
We might have a pinch hitter. Looks like number 14.
It is number 14. Okay, thank you very much. We'll see who that is. There goes
Luis De Leon.
That goes Featherstone to second base with a stolen base.
Luis De Leon is number 14 on their roster. He's a left-hander from Greeley, Colorado, 6 feet 195 out of Taft College. Wait a minute. Yeah, that's right. Listed as a pitcher.
So De Leon now
Guess
on
that's him.
pinch hitting for the Colorado Cyclones. Here in the bottom half of the 8th inning, a stolen base by Featherston as there's a runner on that second base with 1 out. Here's McLeod's pitch. Breaking ball once again. That hit right in front of home plate. And McLeod goes to first for out number 2. Moving over to third base on the play is Featherston. So the play was 1-3 for the second out. And that will bring up the shortstop number 5, Colton Chase.
That was a nice play by McLeod because that ball had a lot of spin on it. As soon as it hit the turf, it took off to the right, and he kind of snagged it real quick, made it into a fairly easy play, but that could have fooled him.
That one missing inside for ball 1. 65 miles an hour. We have a runner on at third base with 2 down here in the bottom half of the 8th. The score 7-4 in favor of the Colorado Cyclones. That one also, I think, it missed outside. It is 2-0 now. If I look left, pull my ear, will you? Because that scoreboard is really messing me up. That one calls strike 1. So the count will now go to 2 balls and 1 strike.
Watching the umpire's fingers is about the only way you're going to keep up with the count.
Unfortunately. That one hit to the left side. The third baseman, Minnick, will make the play, but that it gets away from first baseman. So a run scores from third base as Featherston will score. And now Colton Chase will end up at second base. And it is an E5. So now standing at second base will be Colton Chase. And Featherston scored from third base. 8-4 now in favor of the Colorado Cyclones here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. That'll bring up the catcher number 28, Kennedy Badgett.
LeMunyon did the best he could to try and glove that, but it was a short hop and kind of stayed down on him and got under the glove and went back up against the side.
And that is the second error for the Kansas Canons here in the ball game. Pitch is ball 1 to Badgett. They're now a runner on at second base with 2 down. Here's the pitch. That hit in the outside corner, an 85-mile-an-hour fastball.
Should make it 1-1.
And that will take the count to 1 ball, 1 strike. And here's the pitch. Breaking ball hit to the third baseman. Nice job there by Minnick. As he picks it up, goes to first for the third out. So at the end of 8 innings of play, it is the Colorado Cyclones 8 and the Kansas Canons 4. You're listening to 93.9 KGSO.
I'm so sorry to hear about your loss.
Thank you very much. I'm just thankful that Mom and Dad planned ahead and prepared for this moment. It saved me and my brothers and sisters time and money at an already difficult time.
Yeah, my parents did the same thing. And when we lost Mom a few years back, I remember how much easier it made it on all of us.
Old Mission Mortuary and Whitechapel Cemetery and Crematory would like to remind you of the importance of pre-planning. The conversations you have with family today can save your family members time and money during an already difficult time. Find Old Mission Mortuary and Whitechapel Cemetery and Crematory online today or call 686-7311.
American Family Insurance offers you the protection you need to pursue your dreams, even if you take a couple of wrong turns. At American Family, we know your car is more than 4 wheels that gets you from point A to point B. It's freedom to pursue the things important to you, which is why you'll want to make sure you have the proper protection. To learn more or get a quote, contact local American Family agent Brad Woody at 265-6200.
American Family Insurance.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating companies. 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin, 53783.
Welcome back to the act. Larry Black here, along with Frank
Martinez.
Only Frank Martinez. Yep. I was going to put some identifiers in there, and then never mind. Anyway, we have a new pitcher, Trevor Sutt from Long Beach, California. He's 5'9", 170, right-handed thrower. Goodness gracious. This is the last chance for the Kansas Canons here in the top of the ninth. They trail it 8-4. Set on to close it out here for Colorado. He will face, unless we have a pinch hitter, he'll face Jordan Knox, Christian Slater, and Chris Opolka.
It looks like when we have a pinch hitter,
and those
up there,
numbers are so hard to read. 12 is Knox. I see he's in the on-deck circle. Can't see who's behind him. I can't pick up a number yet. The uniforms for the Kansas Canons are light blue on top, and they fade to a dark blue at the bottom. The problem is the fade kind of starts in the numbers, and the numbers really blend in. 22, that's still Slater, so those two guys are in the original lineup.
Yeah, the first batter is number 12, Jordan Knox.
Facing Sutt. Trevor Sutt. His first pitch is in for a strike. And here comes pitch number 2, and that also in there for a strike at 68 miles an hour. Changeup. So he's starting him off the way you should if you're the closer. Throw strikes. This one just misses outside. Makes the count 1-2. 8-4 our score. Cyclones have had the lead since the first inning. High bouncer to the pitcher. He'll field, throw to first base in plenty of time. And there's one away. Knox is out. And that brings up Christian Slater. Slater, the right fielder, has been on with a couple of singles. Got stranded both times. Also a ground out to the second baseman. One away here in the top half of the ninth.
And the Kansas Canons running out of outs here.
Up next will be Josh Norland. I'm sorry, Opolka. Right now we have Slater up there. Nobody on. One away. First pitch is in for a strike. Sutt has done a nice job of throwing strikes. I think he's only thrown one ball so far in this. This is his second batter faced, and it's 0-2. Second baseman out on the grass. Everybody else in on the what looks like dirt. This one's low. 1-2. Another game following this one tonight, so lots of great baseball at this tournament. It's been terrific so far. Boy, really pulled the string there. 72-mile-an-hour straight change, and down goes Slater. And that brings Chris Opolka the last chance for these Kansas Canons. But they're still alive in the tournament. They will advance to elimination play next week. Here comes the pitch. This one is right on the outside corner. Strike one at 86. I'm impressed with Sutt so far. He has come out there with a job to do, and he's doing it. Great curveball. Started out inside and broke over the heart of the plate, and it's 0-2, and now the Canons are down to their last strike.
Well, he's definitely come in and done a great job because he's thrown 9 pitches, 8 of them for strikes and 1 for a ball. There's the second ball.
Trying to get him. I think both balls have been trying to get him to chase. I'm not sure they were not intentional. 1-2 the count. 8-4 Cyclones. Here comes a pitch. Curveball almost finished the break, but just stayed inside, and it's 2-2. Chris Opolka, if he gets on, Josh Norland. Just nubbed off the end of the bat, and the count stays at 2-2. And Opolka stays alive. The beepers are going off on the heart machine, but there's still a heartbeat. And here comes the pitch. Fouled off the right side again. Back at it at 2-2. Beautiful evening here. Glad we got a chance to see a couple of good ball teams here. Swing and a miss, and that's the game. Great finish by Sutt as Apolka goes down on strikes. Final score, 8-4, Colorado Cyclones. We're going to take one more quick break, and we'll be back to wrap it up.
Yeah, you're listening to 93.9 KGSO.
We could